Back to the stage and you are watching the semi-finals of CFS Summer Championship 2022.
Quý vị thân mến, và sau khi trải qua loạt trận vòng bảng với rất nhiều những game đấu gay cấn thì 4 cái tên xuất sắc nhất sẽ bước vào bán kết của mùa giải năm nay đã chính thức lộ diện. Và một lần nữa xin được chúc mừng Celebi, PG Esports, All Gamers và Imperial.
Ladies and gentlemen, after many exciting and intense battles of group stage, there are only 4 teams left made it to the semi-finals, and they are All Gamers, Imperial, PG Esports and Silapi.
Vâng, và với vị trí nhất bảng A thì Imperial sẽ chạm trán với All Gamers trong trận bán kết 1. Và cùng với đó, tại trận bán kết 2 sẽ là cuộc nội chiến giữa Silapi và PG Esports.
The first semi-finals battle will be taking place between All Gamers and Imperial. And the second battle will be the competition between the brothers of true Vietnam national team, PG Esports and Silapi.
Vâng, và có lẽ ngay lúc này chính là thời khắc mà chúng ta đều đang rất mong chờ. Và ngay sau đây sẽ là cuộc chạm trán đầu tiên giữa All Gamers và Imperial.
And right now, we'll hold the first semi-final battle between All Gamers and Imperial.
Và ngay sau đây chúng tôi xin được trân trọng kính mời tiến lên sân khấu đội tuyển All Gamers đến từ Trung Quốc.
And now, please welcome the representative of China, All Gamers.
quý vị thân mến, hãy cho những đại diện đến từ Trung Quốc thấy được sự ủng hộ của quý vị đi ạ.
Please show your love to all gamers.
Và tiến lên sân khấu tiếp theo đây sẽ là những đối thủ của họ. Đội tuyển Imperial đến từ Brazil.
And their opponent in this game is the representative from Brazil, Imperial.
Quý vị thân mến, hãy cùng dành một tràng vỗ tay thật lớn để cổ vũ cho All Gamers và Imperial. Ngay bây giờ họ sẽ bước vào trận bán kết 1 của chúng ta.
And now all the team are ready. We would like to invite all members of two teams to move into the gaming zone and prepare for the match.
Vâng, xin mời cả hai đội tuyển chúng ta hãy cùng di chuyển về khu vực thi đấu. Khánh Linh và Duy Dương xin được nhường lại sân khấu cho phía bàn caster. Xin mời.
And now let's come back with our casters.
And welcome everyone back to CFS Summer Championship 2022. It's me, G Clef. With me, we have State, and it is time for part 2 of day number 2, which means it is time for the 2 semifinals to find out which 2 teams are going to that grand finals, best of 5. State, what do you think is going to happen? We already have this matchup, the dream matchup that we've been waiting for, Imperial versus All Gamers in semifinals.
Yeah, a lot of people were expecting this to be the grand finals tomorrow, but in fact, we had an upset yesterday. All Gamers fell and only placed second in their groups, and now we have a Brazilian and a Chinese super team facing off in the very first semifinal. Only one of these teams can advance to the grand final for a chance to win that $40,000 first place prize. Honestly, I have no idea who's going to win. I mean, All Gamers, yeah, they had a rocky start yesterday, but today they were fantastic. I think they only dropped maybe 3 rounds in a best of 3 series, which is just something phenomenal. And at the other hand, Imperial, they're playing so hot, so fast, so good. I don't know who's going to win. I think this one's going to go 2-1 no matter what. But I have no clue who's going to take it.
Yeah, there are fans saying the winner of this match might actually take the entire tournament. I think there's a chance that that might actually happen. And the other 2 will be the 2 Vietnam teams, PG Esports versus Celebi. That will be the second semifinals. I think that one is really going to be the clash because we've seen those 2 teams going against each other in the regionals. So and also guarantees Vietnamese teams in the grand finals at least. So let's see what happens in this semifinals to find out. And of course, again, the loser, of course, it's not like they get knocked out immediately.
Yeah,
it is
it's not
the
the
playoff,
end
but
of the
we
run.
do have the third placement match of, surprisingly not best of 3, best of 5 tomorrow. So we're going to be having that first and then going into the grand finals. But of course, this matchup is what we've been waiting for a very long time. They were not in the same group stage, of course. But here comes the strongest from Brazil, strongest from China.
Yeah, and you can see the head-to-head record. I mean, these guys, they go neck to neck. This is about as close as it's going to get. 1.36 KD for Imperial, 1.22 for All Gamers. But frankly, the stats are so close that, I mean, it's pretty much a wash. Either of these teams can do it. Frankly, in my opinion, it's a matter of which team is going to be able to get that momentum going early. I mean, we've seen Imperial when they're on the aggressive side, when they're attacking, they can move so fast, so quickly. All Gamers today, their defense has been impeccable. Fefe has been getting so many kills. The combination of their players, especially for Imperial, Fefe has been getting so many kills. And then on All Gamers side, even in ZY on the defense, have been spectacular. Of course, this Imperial team, CFS 2021 Grand Finals, Invitational 2022. These guys have so many accolades. One of the best teams in the world, certainly the best team in the Americas, coming all the way out to Hanoi, Vietnam to try and win the Summer Championship.
Yeah, the head-to-head you've just seen previously on the screen was from CFS 2019 Grand Finals. It's been a long time since these 2 specific teams went against each other. And back then, of course, it was an all-gamer win, but it was a close one. I would say 7-10, 10-3, 10-7. So a close one. But some of these members, especially Fefe and a few others who were actually in Black Dragon last year, they did go against each other. Of course, another win for all gamers. So Brazil still a slightly lower in tier, I would say, because China is still on top. But this is the time for these guys, for Imperial, to actually prove that Brazil is back on top, just like 2019, just like 2018. Maybe they can do it again.
Yeah, and as I was saying before, Fefe and Goken, just such good players. They've been carrying Imperial, of course, Lucao, ADRF, and Ru Zhao. They are the top players as well coming out of the Americas. But I mean, so far today, for me, the story has been Fefe with his gunplay, just absolutely phenomenal. And all gamers again, CFS 2021 Grand Finals. These guys are your reigning champs for a reason. Some very impressive stats for you on the board right there. And today, frankly, the team play has been fantastic from these guys. They looked unstoppable in their match earlier today. And we'll have to see if Imperial is going to be able to stop them. But ZQ, this is the shot caller for all gamers. He's a big part of their success.
And that's not just the reason, because a lot of the gameplay actually came from ZY, Jway, of course, being the sniper, always doing the backup sniper, it says, but he's actually been making a lot of the kills, and even this roster seems to be one of the strongest in the world. Let's see, because we had some drama with this team, including yesterday. But it seems like that drama is over. It's all said and done, but the next episode is about to start with this match. China versus Brazil. It's always a treat, always a treat. It doesn't just end with a 2-0. It always goes maximum games, some extra rounds, even golden rounds. I think that's certainly a potential, like we have seen in some of the games yesterday that we had.
I absolutely expect this one to go the distance. And I mean, all gamers, of course, maybe a little bit of a rough start to the tournament yesterday, but I mean, that happens sometimes. First day on a LAN, you got to get acclimated. Even for these experienced veterans, you got to get acclimated to the new setting. Perhaps somebody had a hard time traveling, and of course, this inclement weather. I mean, there's so many things that can go into it, but today they look spectacular. They're firing on all cylinders again. I don't think that's going to be an issue. I think both of these teams are playing at the top of their game. And I think we're going to see which team deserves to go to the grand finals.
And let's talk about the map bans and map picks. Okay, compound sub-base ban. All gamers, 3 in a row ban for sub-base. I think there's something going on right there. There must be it is actually one of the best maps for Imperial. So this time it actually makes really good sense. And compound, I said it so many times, all gamers, their second best map seems to be compound. Even from CFPL season 19. It's over 60% win rate by round on compound. So these 2 bans make total sense, and that's the reason we're going into Ankara, which is a map pretty fair, I would say. Imperial is also very familiar on this map, and they would love to play this map first. I actually just personally wanted to see Black Widow first, but we'll be seeing that in set 3 if we go, and very likely we will go into Black Widow, I'm sure. Of course, not to forget Port right in the middle for set number 2.
Yeah, and Ankara, I mean, all gamers, it's their favorite map. We always poll the players before these tournaments and ask them, what is like your mouse settings, what are your favorite maps to play on, all these kind of things. And unanimously, they love Ankara, and I mean, you could see why. They played fantastically on that map today, especially Jway holding down A site was just superb.
And before we get into the match, we have the player video ready for you guys, so let's get ready for that semifinal. And welcome to Ankara, your first semifinal match between Imperial and All Gamers. Your Imperial starting from Blacklist, All Gamers defending from our side. So far, no kills so far. Goken taking some damage, trying to guard from a quarter. But no real action happening yet, just both teams trying to test the waters.
Yeah, test the waters, get a little bit of map control, a little bit of intel, and kind of take some of that map for yourself, as Imperial right now is mostly posturing outside of A on connector through Central Passage. Not really pushing too much as we see Goken trying to find an angle. Actually, this spot, J-Way there, and it does take him out, and that's a really big pickoff because J-Way was fantastic. Fantastic in his air duck defense here on this map.
Yep, see, as you notice, Bean has been poking on that same spot earlier today. Imperial going to poke, but not a single, a double.
Yeah.
As that's exactly what you do. We saw Team Myth losing a lot of members because they were just spending one. Imperial, they're not going to try the same like Team Myth did. They have the double rifle, always trying to cover. Bean actually did not get the shot. Instead, it was Goken on this air duct that you see on the screen.
Right, and a big rotation over onto A site now as Imperial's going to be pushing. Good engagement there by Even and ZQ. They got 2 to start it off, and that's buying a lot of time for their team. Actually getting a 3rd kill as ADRF is going to be going down.
No, that was
defense just immaculate. I mean, even with J-Way gone, J-Way's been such a linchpin in the defense there on Aeroduct. Even with him gone, I mean, the dynamic duo over there on A side just completely shuts down that Imperial push. And frankly, I am so happy that we have Imperial starting on the Blacklist side and AG playing on defense, because AG, their defense today has been incredible. And Imperial, throughout this entire tournament, their offense has been fantastic. So, I mean, this is just 2 juggernauts going head-to-head at arguably their best facet of the game.
And that was all ZQ. ZQ just having one flash to perfectly flash out 4 members coming to a main.
Yeah, J-Way so good in that vent. He's going to take Goken down.
Yeah, Goken tried to push slightly more because he just got the kill in the previous round onto J-Way. Thought he wouldn't come out into the air. There's Bean again. Would you win that 1v2? He knew that there would be a second person just like before, but he is confident. He's willing to take the 1v2 fight, but of course Imperial's not going to go down easily. There's Lucam poking into that passage. Some long distance shots coming through, and now we have to have this 2v4, and Rizal will be poking into underpath, and Lucam might actually be faking push into this air duct.
Oh wow, Bean got another kill there. Rizal going down from long distance, and the C4 is stuck on B. I mean, Lucam kind of between a rock and a hard place right now as there's 4 players up for AG. It would take a miracle for him to win this one as AG rotating on the map towards that C4, but I mean, this round's pretty much all the way in the books unless Lucam can make some magic happen. Gonna try and move through mid. ZQ does spot him out. J-Way there as well.
AG, because they have they outnumber so hard, they don't even care about the C4. ZY is here, but just to check for the information, Lucam gets the C4.
He's
But
just gonna
can he
find
actually
it.
go into B side? He will be taken care of with the pistol from ZY. A lot of hype from this team, of course, as you know from all Chinese teams. They are full of energy. I'm pretty sure if we get a shot of Imperial, they're doing exactly the same on the other side.
Yeah, so much energy here in the semifinals. Hope these guys want to go get that $40,000 grand prize in the finals tomorrow. This is the first step in getting there, is winning this set 1 as AG has a 2-0 lead.
That one over nade from the yard actually did a ton of damage on Lucam, ADRF, and Goken. So that sort of delayed the attack of Imperial. But because Bean was able to take a lot of advantage from the underpath, this time Imperial spending 3 men, expecting Bean to come out again. But this time Bean's actually just staying near that B side, having that tight angle.
Yeah, all gamers playing this quite conservatively right now with a 2-3 split, 2 on A, 3 on B. No one really contesting middle, just letting Imperial take ground. I mean, they don't really mind too much if this area goes uncontested as long as they're able to hold down the sites.
The central passage into yard push, which not many teams has actually pulled this off against all gamers.
Yep, nades coming out now on B.
There's a pass to yard. No, Even will just take care of them, jumping into him through the window. He was off to the side, and Imperial thought they can actually sneak through into that A site. The push was A, but that little push was totally stopped by Even alone. Still one more on top. There's CQ. He would always drop down and get the final kill. Even he teleported into AC, which is not possible in game.
And Imperial, man, having a hard time going with that split 8 push. not really able to make it work, and right now it is 3-0, I believe, in All Gamers' favor as the scoreboard is yet to update. But man, what a start for All Gamers right here on defense. They are just playing out of their minds here on Ankara, and they've got to be feeling really confident. Coming in now on Bean, just a little bit of damage.
Imperial, love the fact they push the yard and then they will switch back into a quarters because oftentimes All Gamers, they do love to come out into the boxes. So I think it's a smart idea just to look for the peak and wait for the first kill, make this into a 4v5 situation, and then take that advantage into your hands.
This is going to be tough, though, if they decide to push in on this site. 3 men ready on All Gamers to defend. J-Way in his happy place gets another kill. They're going to trade that one out as Lucom goes, and now the rush begins. Oh my goodness, ZQ with a flank!
Jumps a little too hard, and his spray, when you're jumping down, you have to drag your mouse, not just left and right, down to the target. Your tracking becomes so much harder when you're doing that, but because he jumps down all the time from a top, I think he's just used to dragging his mouse everywhere.
Yeah, that was something else right there. That was fantastic positioning there by ZQ, and All Gamers, their defense seems impenetrable right now. I mean, Imperial, they've tried a couple different tactics to go into A site.
For B for Imperial for sure.
I think so too. I'm feeling the same way.
As they are finally checking into offense, but ZY all of a sudden brings an AWM and picks one off. That will be ADRF, slowing the attack down by Imperial. Okay, picking up the speed at least. They're not backing down. They are willing to chase the target and challenge. I think they also have to bring Goken, who is actually just staying near the box quarters.
Hey, I think he's hoping that J-Way decides to push out of A, because J-Way had been doing that earlier today in another match. But J-Way not really taking the bait right now, just content to hold down A as AG focuses their energies on holding B site. Bean takes a little bit of damage there, I think, from a nade, but these 2 AWMs on B site are going to be so hard to break.
Imperial, they feel that there's an AWM. At least 1 or 2 at B side. They have to call Goken coming up the stairs, just poked out, did not really achieve anything. Other 2 members now, Goken getting that pistol kill along with the B control from Imperial. Now they come into the site and they get the headshot. ZQ responds back from the base. Lucom looking for the distance shot. Will it be enough? 2v3 right now.
Feifei with a good entry there. Goken's going to get another one there on even, and now it's a 2v2 as J-Way rotates in on B. He's already here on site, coming through underpass. Goken gets yet another kill, sustains a little bit of damage. It's all up to J-Way. He does get Goken, but his position is revealed now. We'll have to see what Lucom does. 37 seconds on the clock. He's going to
come for the kill. There's no way to go for that decoy. There's not. Might be not this time. There's Lucom with the kill. Finally, Imperial getting 1 round here and immediately using the tactical pause. I think they might have thought that they might actually lose the 5th round again.
Yeah.
You have to call for that before the round starts or during the round starts.
It was an interesting decision by them to leave C4 back at base. I suppose they were just going there for the kill win, but yeah, going for a tactical pause now, and it makes sense. I mean, this is a very critical match here in the semifinals, and weren't really off to the best start to begin this this set.
Yeah, that split right there. We were able to see Goken just doing some intense work at B side. It was the first time where they actually slowly pushed in, and because they knew that there will be a few snipers at least. Yeah, pushing through that B was a good take, and knowing that that was a real big chance that they can actually break through, forcing a defense into movement. That was a smart choice, and they actually finally brought down Evan.
It was a really good decision by them because A site had not been working so far. I mean, even when they were able to get J-Way and clear the duct, because he's been All Gamers' key duct player this entire tournament. Even after taking him out, they weren't able to successfully take that site. So I think right now,
round 1, I think
right now, if you're Imperial, I mean, your game plan has to be either pulling people out of A or taking fights in mid and in B. You do not want to push A site on your own, especially when All Gamers has 3 men on site, as we've seen them roll a couple times in these early rounds.
And if they really want to push A, I think the real problem is the flash timing. They have to fake it first and draw out 2 flashes at least coming out from A side, then go in later. The flash has been one of the most powerful weapons towards A side. We've seen that again and again. Not just ZQ shooting at the right target with perfect recoil control, but it was also the flash, making it possible for 1v2, 1v3 on his own from A site.
All Gamers continuing to roll with 2 snipers on B site. As both Bean and ZY are going to be holding down the fort with those. And we have a 3-2 split once again for AG.
This is again from AG, knowing that likely Imperial will poke into the side. They need to take control of that office. There's that overnight to kill the vision of anyone waiting. You've seen that they felt they actually lost a member trying to push into office from ZY's sniping spot. So using only a couple of resources so far from Imperial. And actually AG ended up using a lot of grenades already.
Yeah, just a little bit out of a utility out of Imperial to be able to come all the way down here to be long and connector. And that's a lot of real estate for just a little tiny bit of resources. And now we'll see if they're able to make this B push work again. Once again, Imperial leaving the C4 back at base. We'll see if they go pick that up, because last time it was a little bit scary right there at the end. And yeah, Goken's going to go ahead and grab that C4 as the B push, I suspect, is about to commence.
And All Gamers not really feeling anything. They are going to have nearly 3-1 towards B just in case, and leave everything over to J-Way. But they're slowly building up everyone except for Rizal. It might be the Q.
It might be the Q. Bean gets the first kill. ZY doubles up. That's going down. Bean gets another one there with a sniper as Fefe goes down. Goken with a sniper returning fire. Nothing but shots getting kills right now as Goken's going to nade. Lupam in the back is going to take down Bean. Even not really sure what we're looking at there. Just waiting, biding his time as he pushes up.
Yeah, Lukam couldn't really use the time to actually go into the side because Bean was hiding from underpass. Gets a headshot. One traded though. Goken still staying strong from Bean long, but if no one's poking out, okay, pokes out at the same time, but Goken still does a 1v2. That was not supposed to happen.
All Gamers trying to take the trade, but Goken, one with a rifle, one with a pistol, just absolutely decimates the defense. They're winning a 1v2 in spectacular fashion in Imperial right now. You can feel the momentum starting to shift as they've had 2 back-to-back really good rounds.
Yeah, you saw the aim from All Gamers. We've seen that. I think they underestimated how far Goken could have been. I think they thought that Goken was near the B entrance, so their aim was not at perfect place. He had a pretty good idea. 3-man on defense. There's that flash I talked about over and over.
Get one, and man, these A pushes, I told you they are not working. J-Way gets the intel.
They have to wait for the flash first. This has been very painful for a lot of teams against AG.
AG's A defense on Ankara is absolutely spectacular, but Goken also popping off right now. 2 kills to win the last round, and he gets another one here as it's a 1v3 turned 1v2, just even and being up for AG, but they do have the C4 and A site, and Goken, he's got his work cut out for him.
Yep, he's just reloading after shooting that many bullets through the smoke just in case there's anyone crossing that A main. So T4 dropped between the two. He can certainly pull this one off again, but this time it's not just up against 2 riflers. It is A site near the stairs. I think right next to the exit of that air duct. So this one's going to be very tough. There's that smoke set up from Goken. Will he actually go A main? I think he waited that much to pretend like he's actually coming all the way around from A passage.
Perhaps.
I think that is the reason why he waited so far.
We'll see if he's able to
coming through A main.
He's
insane. Is he crazy?
Here we go. Yeah, he's going to spray him down nice and quick there. And I mean, Goken had his work cut out for him, but All Gamers able to hold down the defense. And Goken with a nice try there at the end. But I mean, this A defense for All Gamers has been impenetrable so far today. And J-Way playing perfect air duct defense has been a key part of that. I mean, he buys his team so much time to get so much damage in. And very often he gets at least 1 or 2 kills.
Yep. And him and ZQ just doing absolute work from A side. Those 2 defenders from AG just making A side really impossible to break through. So again, Imperial trying to see if they can actually catch Bean from underpath. Bean's not going to overextend as much this time. This position is basically sniper versus sniper, drawing Goken to come because rifles usually jump to the side so you can't get the kill.
And a lot of conservative angles being held by AG right now.
Yeah, Bean is feeling the pressure that, of course, I extended a couple of times, but there will be Imperial members trying to pick me off because they think I'm aggressive, but not this time. Again, going to pressure, back into the BL base, and 2 men ready to jump into that air duct into vent side.
Hey, EDRF kind of testing the waters right now, but again, this is J-Way's playground. feels like every time a player comes in there, they get out their life. And Goken actually with the pistol is going to be taking down Bean as Bean decided to get a little bit more aggressive there. Maybe a little bit antsy now as B-Site starting to show some vulnerability. You can see on the mini-map ZQ now rotating into mid to try and provide some cover, and that might give Imperial the advantage they need. Jayway also getting antsy. Oh, he doesn't get ADRF. ADRF on 1 HP actually finishes off Jayway there with a headshot, and that's A-Site going to Imperial.
And ZQ backs off without the flash. He can't make the same play. What a smart movement from ZQ as he's waiting for the teammate to get the damage in. Long distance, there's that headshot. But all three members in that A passage. Let's see how long they want to wait because C4 is now being carried up the stairs. It's close, but not going to be planted yet as they want to be in the perfect place. They're activating one, even fires back.
ADRF on very low HP right now, even trying to get another connection. Might be able to stay air EF through the smoke. Not quite able to connect as Goken gets yet another pistol kill. It's now a 1v2, but ZQ has a sliver of health.
Okay, 7 seconds. They gotta go for the C4.
Yeah.
Strikes and get the final 2 kills. What an insane play from ZQ. This guy stayed on that spot. I think that was total of 4 kills on his own.
Incredible play there by the captain ZQ, just fantastic. I mean, we kept seeing the timer count down, and I kept waiting for the plant to come in, but ZQ just positioned himself where if the plant went off, they're exposed, and he played that flawlessly. What an immaculate defense and a great recovery there by AG. Tom now firing back here in round number 9. Gets a nice entry there on Bean, and man, Bean keeps getting taken out here.
And these duos, ZY, ZQ, their headshot rate is actually insane. Should be near 0.7 by now. As ZQ mentioned, without the flash, just falling back, saying, okay, I'm just going to be in my comfortable zone. You guys come at me, I can just fire all I want. Get those easy headshots. And that was the play. And it worked out like a charm for all gamers. Still hanging on. We thought Imperial, they were about to do it. As you can see, no bomb being planted. They're still kind of feeling the pressure from all gamers that they can still do it even if they have less members.
All gamers definitely feeling the respect right now from Imperial. Goken actually comes in. He's going to take down player down to Goken. Waiting until that mag almost out of clip's going to have to switch to the pistol, but that's not going to work for him. Some more players going down there for Imperial, though, as it turns to a 3v2.
It was a pretty nice jump. I think without the jump, Goken would have got the target down. Still ZQ because he's alive. On their path is still being controlled by all gamers. Imperial, they do have a third person. Rizal controlling a B long. Let's see how that works because Goken's in that plant.
ADRF with a great shot there. Gets the heady. All up the fairway now, and no, he's not going to be able to take it. He does get 1 kill, I believe, there at the end, but that's not enough as Imperial fights back.
What a first half. What a first half that we had between the two teams. A big win for all gamers, but there were some signs. There were some moments where Imperial seemed like they were able to do it, especially with a big jump, big leap, I would say, from Goken. It helped a lot, but the rest of the squad, I think they still need to bring it just like Goken. We need Fefe, we need Lucam, all the members from the team. Fefe, the captain, I think he's talking to the teammates right now that, guys, we need to do a lot better. We broke through a side. What was the problem? Because now we have to defend. But right now, it wasn't, the Bean was actually not the problem as much this time because they had solution against Bean. But Bean's not alone. We have to talk about the other 4 riflers. And all gamers, they're all superpower stars.
A lot of it was that A-site defense right now in Imperial. I mean, they only won 3 of those rounds in the first half, but that's not too bad considering how good AG's defense has been throughout this tournament. So Imperial now defending A-site themselves, AG pushing in.
And that's important. Goken took down even there, even tried to here. Off angle right in front of the box, actually, not on the corner.
2 kills there for Fefe, and that's fantastic, guys. Even a third player for AG went down somewhere. I guess in mid is...
Yeah, that was the early kill from Goken.
Gotcha,
It happened in the first 15 seconds. I think he even got a really good spawn, so he just ran through.
Yeah, and
But
I mean,
caught by Goken.
beating ZQ, I mean, even with as hot as ZQ has been, it's going to be difficult for them to handle this retake as 4 Imperial players are slowly closing in on A site with 25 seconds left on the clock for the defuse.
Okay, but it is CQ on A side, so we do have to be careful even if it's a 2v4. But he doesn't have flash. Okay, so minus 30 on his power, okay? Let's see, Lucam, only one coming from a long. Gets that easy headshot. Bean is out in air duck, but he's alone. There's a Goken covering Rizal, and let's remember from Imperial getting one down. Second half, the defense seems good for now.
Yeah, it's a really tough nut to crack. It's A site with these really top teams. I mean, AG has just been flexing their muscles on Ankara, it feels like, all day when it comes to defending these sites. But now Imperial, I mean, they're able to deliver the same kind of immaculate defense. They only lose 1 man. They come in with a 4-man retake.
Okay, look at this. DQ is here. Oh, wait, how is he staying here with the box? He takes at least one and finds that rotation and two. Oh, trade actually happening all the way around the map. Yeah, there was a big rush by Fefe out to the quarters. Thought that AG was actually playing the base.
Yeah, smart play there by Imperial, mixing it up quite a bit now, as it's going to be a 3v3 with a minute 50 on the clock. Even now testing the waters, maybe a little bit spooked after all that action.
Oh man, the rotation is out of this world. Both teams just trying to outsmart the opponent with these rotations. Here, Goken alone, as we have seen a lot of time. It feels like he's on Black Widow A side alone. B side, there's a target, but he's a little bit late. The movement on the first site was missed. And Bean's not going to miss his chance when his teammate goes down.
Nah, takes that trade, sets the smokes up, and they will be planting the bomb.
That smoke a little too close to the bomb B bomb plant. Wonder if that's intended 100%. Maybe it's for Bean to cover his own angle from the top.
What we see now is Imperial coming in with a retake. Not exactly sure where AG is posted up. They need that intel. Rizal, though, takes down even with the AK, and actually ADRF gets another one, and that's Bean going down. And this defense by Imperial, I mean, they've given up sites twice in a row.
Yeah.
The retakes have been fantastic.
Because of that smoke, because it was closer to the B bomb site, the rifles, right after the smoke, as you're exiting, you can just get close to the box. So you don't get as much hit. I don't think that was fully intended. I think that had to get thrown a little bit further, maybe 2 meters, maybe 2.5. That actually helped a little bit for Imperial to actually get that retake. What a nice start on the second round. Second half for Imperial, actually winning against all gamers.
Yeah, their defense has been really well, man. I mean, especially when it comes down to the retakes. We'll see if all gamer is going to be able to bust that through, as ZY eyeing the air duct. Only 2 players for Imperial here on A site right now, as they have a 2-1-2 split. Is Lucom playing the middle?
Yep,
and
great.
here comes the rush.
Over nade, pretty good on Fefe. Did not really have the chance to shoot on the target. There's Rizal. ZQ responding pretty well. Always a better target to shoot. Lucam could not really do the backup plan.
Yeah. AG taking the site. They have the plant now. It's up to Imperial to retake yet again.
So let's see how quickly Imperial wants to go through the smoke. Find time for the make the long rotation all the way to where Bean is. But long distance shot will be won by Bean, of course. Quarter still taken by AG. 4v2 situation. Even kind of alive.
Level very low HP, as even it just takes one bullet by Rizal to take him out. ZQ low as well, and Rizal gets taken down. Goken goes down, and that's going to be it. All right. Chinese team takes one back. That's their first win here on the Blacklist side.
That was important. Breaking through A with perfect flashes. They both had Imperial. Unfortunately, they both had double A top instead of having one down. So both were flashed. So it gave a lot of time for AG to actually move into A bottom, and had both climbing the stairs at the perfect time. Imperial and Lucam could not really deliver the backup kill. He was right next to them. But just too bad. I think the flashes were just too good from all gamers. So now that all gamer actually went through A side, they can actually move anywhere on the map and try different things. Imperial, they have to think about many different things because they lost that A site.
And Imperial, again with a 2-3 split. All gamers, it looks like they're going to be pushing A site once again, as they have multiple players coming through the air ducts. And once again, we have 2 on top as Fefe and Rizal are going to try and stem the tide of all gamer players coming in. This Imperial rotation is getting really quick. ZY on the entry, but going. Fefe gets the first blood right there. JW going down. ZQ trades him out, and that's Fefe and Ruse out both down. And once again, fantastic A take by all gamers.
Yeah,
this
Fefe,
has worked for them 2 rounds in a row.
If you're behind the stairs, you can't really check the other member coming in from A main. That was a real problem. His teammate Fefe did not really, Rizal did not really know there was already an approach onto side stair from A. So all 3 of them connecting to AC. Bean is here right behind the mega boxes.
Yeah. Problems,
Oh, he tried to sneakily move into the side, but failed.
ADRF is going to be taking him
But
down.
12 seconds already. They gotta move.
Yeah. Clock is running down. Just Goken now. 1v1 against ZY.
Okay, Goken. Can you pull it off? But the time's not enough. ZY with that headshot again. He jumped down at the perfect time when Goken was climbing the stairs right there, just playing with their food, with the time with the bomb ticking down to 0. AG, they're about to take the first map on Kara against Imperial. This would be huge. Okay, Imperial's not gonna go down easily. They have full pressure. Center passage.
Yeah,
Rizal,
2 players.
ADRF.
2 players posted up here in Central Passage. This is a much different split than we've seen from Imperial in the past couple of rounds right now, as all gamers continuing to kind of push their forces all the way towards A-Long.
This is so smart. They felt it. They smelled something was up from Central Passage. There's no way they sent no one towards there. Even smoking that AC.
They smoke it off.
They know exactly what's happening on the map.
Yep, there's going to have to be a big rotation from Imperial if they're going to be able to stop this. As Fefe coming up big right there, just get 1 headshot, and JW also takes a lot of damage, but the team's up right now. Goken is going to have to try and back this off, wait for reinforcements to arrive as he gets away from with the skin of his teeth. But that is A-Site going to all gamers again. However, only 3 players up.
Oh, Bean takes Rizal down again from all the way downtown. Okay, 3v3. JW is indeed very low. C4 just being planted. So Imperial, they certainly have a lot of time, and they know that Bean's all the way down. So spending all 3 on A top, forcing Bean to come to the site. They need to go now. I think time is ticking down even faster. There's Goken with the first kill.
Yep, Goken gets JW down, even right under him. Oh, he tries to drop down on him, but no. Says even gets him taken out. He gets
the drop down is not good!
The drop downs twice in a row, they just do not work. Even cleans both of them up, and that's another round going to all gamers, as A seems to be their happy place right now. Whether it be on Blacklist or on defense, it doesn't seem to matter.
Yeah, 9-5. You saw for a second how frustrated Imperial was from that loss, because the timing was really good, but the play coming back into that A side, trying to get the members down A bottom was just not perfect. Their teamwork was just not there. But all gamers, they knew exactly where the rotation was happening. But that rotation, slow rotation with the smoke, it's like they have the eyes on top of the map.
Yeah, they knew.
I don't know how they do it. Imperial didn't even use that many flashes or resources for that play. Oh, Fefe is again here. Okay, at least 1-1 trade. So Fefe's doing his job, though.
Fefe is doing his job, but these A-side pitchers have been absolutely brutal right now. Luckily for Imperial, good utility usage and a lot of damage on AG is going to force them out, as the C4 is going to be tucked away from that air duct. JW badly bruised, and 2 more players up for AG, but it's a 3v4 right now in Imperial, one of their first successful A defenses of the night.
Okay, let me cool down. My heart's beating a little too fast right now. All gamers, their play is absolutely crazy. Not to say Imperial, their rotation is insanely fast, and they go at the perfect timing. But all gamers, they're reading it so fast. This is top-notch Crossfire esports level. It can't be better than this.
Yeah, the shot calling from ZQ throughout this entire first set has been superb.
It's slowly moving into be under. All gamers, they're thinking about a win right now. It is 3v4. But notice how they're moving slowly into the yard. There's Lucam, who hasn't been so hot today. 1-5. Ooh, barely miss him.
Oh, barely.
Not even
Still,
I think the ID's tagged. ID's tagged. He sees it. Okay, does manage to pull it off. Okay, Goken hides himself, but there's Bean from B long.
Yep, the rotation now coming in for Imperials. They try to scramble to get back to B, even holding down mid. I believe Rizal is aware that he's there.
The pressure
but this
from
is buying a lot of time.
The pressure from even so many rotations. All the other teammates, the C4 is already down. Even if this is
look at this rotation by JW. Look at this rotation by JW. He's coming back. He has a sliver of HP. He's going to try and flank everybody right now as they push side.
And he tried to buy time, did not really do much, but how much can he do? Oh, Jiwei had to wait a little bit.
I love that idea, though. I mean, Jiwei only has a sliver of HP. If he can come in with a flank and Bean can buy a little bit more time, maybe they can work a miracle there on defense.
Yeah, I think that's what they were looking for, but
Yeah.
Bean could not escape from the plant zone. I think he was really looking for to go on B top or towards B long because they took down Goken. Know that B long is totally open.
Yeah, big smoke coming in again. AG going back to the bread and butter. And Jiwei actually getting first blood right now as ADRF goes down.
This is
Oh my God, he
another
gets a second
insane play.
kill,
All
and that's on
gamers,
Goken.
they knew that Imperial was going to come out a main. They flashed twice. They flashed twice. And Imperial, they do love to jump down in a long with Goken plus rifle and then just immediately take the drop damage but take the kill. But this time, All Gamer, I think this is the second time they've done that so far in the second half, but it worked perfectly.
All Gamers just playing Ankara beautifully right now, kind of reading it through like a book as Tom tries to get some damage in. Right now, Imperial kind of putting all their eggs here on an A defense. They're trying to make this 3v5 work. Of course, if they lose this match, they're going to have to win the next 2 maps to make it to the final. This is a best of 3, so the pressure is so high right now. Bean gets another shot there on Fefe.
That drag was so fast.
Oh, he gets another one.
Lukam comes up the stairs. He doesn't see the third and the final member of Imperial, but that doesn't even matter. B-side is being planted. He's planting the bomb right in the middle. He doesn't even care.
Yeah.
You don't really see the bomb being planted right in the middle of the B-side.
No, super confidence right now. Lukam gets one more, but that's going to be it. All Gamers takes map number 1 in this best of 3, and their path towards the grand finals continues right now, only needing one more map win, and that was some beautiful play there on Ankara.
What a map that we had. The top-notch play. This is world-class top level of Crossfire Esports between these two teams. I was so amazed. It's not like Imperial made that many mistakes.
No, they didn't.
It's just that Imperial was, if Imperial's IQ was 270, then All Gamers, their IQ was 310. Like, Imperial's super good. They're making all these right moves, changing the right strategy, which they are known for, but All Gamers, they just had slight better read. And at this level, if you have that slight better edge of going into every single round, then you will end up winning this much. That was the difference that we had in our first map.
Yeah, for me, the real difference maker was there on A site because All Gamers on defense, I think they won the first half 6-3 if my memory recalls. And a lot of that was there on A. I mean, even when J-Way would go down, I mean, ZQ was just so fantastic there on the defense. And then even changing sides, no longer playing on, or changing sides and then attacking into A site. I mean, they can read it beautifully both ways. It didn't matter. And they anticipated pushes coming out from A main by Imperial there in the final round. They were able to smoke off connector in critical moments, be able to get onto A when, I mean, just beautiful play.
I don't know how they do it sometimes, All Gamers. When there was a huge push from Imperial down to Central Passage, they all moved out to Air Duct. Maybe it was just a coincidence with a perfect strategy just to kill because they had no intel towards the B office or the Central Passage. It's the right move to just block off with the smoke onto AC so they can actually freely go in. But with the perfect flashes, they knew exactly where they were. The second flash actually was supposed to go to A bottom, but it actually landed on top. So there was double flash, which worked out perfectly for All Gamers. And that wasn't the only one. They were catching Fefe oftentimes. I think right now the weak link is Lukam to really pinpoint his backup shots compared to Fefe, especially on that A side, and his backup play was just not as good compared to yesterday, which is really unusual because Lukam, he actually does a lot of cleanup duty for the team. Very unusual. Maybe he's just getting swept by the momentum and the speed of All Gamers, but usually it's actually Lukam with coming up with these big plays, but for now it's just not alive. When you have all 5 members of All Gamers in their perfect form, I think you just got to bring to the table. You just have to do something, maybe get some energy drink and to just bring everything on the table, because once you lose the second map, you do not get to go to the grand finals. This this team was created. Their goal was to defeat the best Chinese teams, and they do have They do have that matchup right now. This is their chance, but they dropped one already. It is best of 3, not best of 5. So they got to do it right now on Port and Black Widow. It's now or never.
I think they're going to feel a lot better playing on Port and Black Widow than they are on Ankara, though, because all gamers, their Ankara play has been top-notch. We haven't seen any team master that map as well as they have. And, I mean, it's their favorite map for a reason. They just know it in and out. Doesn't matter if it's offense, if it's defense. They do not lose on Ankara very often, and I mean, they stepped up right there against Imperial. So Imperial, they have to win the next 2 maps if they want to make it to the grand finals. As you said, this is a best of 3, not a best of 5. And so the pressure is really on for Imperial. If they want to be the Brazilian team to beat the best Chinese team, it needs to happen right now. Summer Championship semifinals.
Let's see, because Port is map number 2. Ooh. Perfect pop-up, perfect timing. Port is definitely the map number 2. And Lucam, talking about Lucam, he did have records. Okay, back in history, just a couple years ago, he was just like Gouken, switching back and forth between AK and AWM. So maybe we'll have double sniper action from the GR side. And I think, if I'm not... Okay, Imperial is actually starting. Okay, so...
Okay.
Nice, they actually go on to attack, but this is somewhat troublesome because Gouken might actually change back to the 5 rifles. We talked about this on Port. From the blacklist, we do have all firepower because all 5 rifles, oftentimes even the snipers change, except for Bean. Bean never changes, I think. Even if
Bean
they have to play BL.
Sniper through and through.
Well, his sniper is basically a rifle. Basically, a stronger rifle, so it doesn't even matter.
If his sniper is not a rifle, his pistol definitely is. I mean, Bean is something else. But we'll have to see exactly what the plan is going to be on Port because Imperial, you notice when they go against all gamers as opposed to some of their matches there in the group stages, is they had to play a little bit more slow than they want to. I mean, this is a team that kind of thrives on high-octane, fast-paced action, but against a conservative, consolidated defense that all gamers is able to kind of build together, especially on Ankara. It's difficult. So maybe on Port, if they play with more rifles, they'll be able to make something happen.
Yeah,
but we'll have to see.
That's exactly the point. I think they literally have to not much of a challenge towards a side because Bean so far, and that was Ankara, and Bean was overextending on his own. So there was less of a trade, actually giving Imperial upper hand almost every single time, except for just the very first round, when Bean was approaching and overextending B under. But Port, oftentimes, Sniper is alone on that A-top, so it's a total different story. You can't really go engage into A-top alone. Yeah, with the entire team and just escape with no casualty, that does not really happen. So instead of going full A, I think it's so much better to actually just get control of B entrance slowly, but not too fast because all gamer, they will try to go into that passage really quickly whenever they get a quick respawn from B side and from the center gate. So take that slowly and work with your perfect flashes and be in B side. The moment they break into B side, if it starts from very first round, then it might be a total different story in our map number 2 because all gamers, their usual rotation is just 2-2-1, putting a lot of pressure on Bean.
All right, guys. Looks like set number 2 is ready to go. Imperial starting this one here on the blacklist. This is a win or die moment for them here on this map.
Here we go, Imperial blacklist side. As we predicted, all gamers, it started with B 2-man defense. Now look at that, J-Way actually next to Bean, staying with the bait box, and ZY is feeling confident. Okay, can't fully push B yet, and okay, A push is boosting up after. That's a crazy tactic from AG. All gamers boosting J-Way. That was the reason why he was hiding at the box.
Yeah, interesting play there by all gamers right now as Imperial is just kind of posturing over here right in the central side. All gamers suspecting a B push is going to have almost full rotation right now. Going from just 1 man on B to 3. One split stepping out. ZY actually, ADRF picking that one up.
Yeah, ZY there. Crossed the line a little too far. Could not really go back to the B side. It doesn't matter as much. ZQ. And even they were already on that B side already. The B bottom. The defense is pretty solid. I think it was a smart move in Imperial for not going to B side. But here comes J-Way. Boosted up sideways. Rizal caught off guard. So Imperial, I think they wanted to attack into bridge. But the attack seems to be halted for a second. There's even jumping down.
Yeah,
He's not being found.
Coming out the peak, and he gets him. That's even going down. 4v3 now as Imperial tries to push this advantage. Tries to segment off B, but ZQ, his defense has been superb so far today. He gets one more kill, but so many flashes coming in.
Oh, Fefe
Somehow
actually dropped down.
miraculously survives.
He beats Fefe. He didn't even know that he was there.
Wow.
Bean comes in as a sidekick. Goken is trying to do it again with the pistol, but just
Man,
not enough against all the
ZQ.
members of all gamers. ZQ did not see Fefe dropping down. And Fefe had the advantage with his aim.
ZQ was
How did that happen? We missed that. We missed that for a split second.
Yeah, ZQ was like full flash as well. And whenever that happens, like I thought he was so disoriented that he was going to be dead in the water, but somehow be able to survive, wait for his reinforcements to come in, and then pop back up and pick up yet another kill as him and Bean clean up on B. And that was great defense there by AG. I mean, they are playing out of their minds right now.
Yeah, after that, either ZQ, if ZQ continues to play like this, it is a 2-0 set score for sure. So Imperial, they do need to find a solution. Either identify where ZQ is going to be staying still. If it is B side, then just go towards the bridge. Make sure you have the center controlled. Then go towards A side later on, because Bean's best position will be A long, not towards the bridge. But knowing that all game, watch ZQ's position. He's all of a sudden into the base.
And ZQ wallbangs gets so much damage,
He was
and they're even
supposed to
taking
be
out
in B.
Lucom. ADRF right now on 1 HP. Shayway also takes down Ruzao right now, and I mean the pieces are falling apart here for Imperial. I mean, we were excited to see them on the blacklist side because I mean this is such a great aggressive attacking team, but All Gamers defense, it seems unstoppable.
They already have two at B site. Having J-Way, he spots C4 all the way down in the base. Oh, he got the kill. That would have been disastrous for Imperial, but Goken with that headshot. Nice flick on J-Way.
Goken only on 1 HP going now. Some really clutch shooting. It's going to be able to get Bean. ZQ does trade that out, though.
Let's see how long ZQ survives without getting killed.
Look at the hit points bars for these Imperial players, man. They are so low HP.
That grenade almost killed him if he actually overstepped just a little bit. There's ZY, down and under.
Coming in, ADRF with the fast reflexes there is going to be able to take even out, and now it's a 2v2. 26 seconds on the clock. C4 has to be planted sometime soon. He's watching the rotation, and he's going to get one. Will he get two guys? Yeah, he does. That's Goken going down. Both those players on such low HP. ZQ just waiting in the perfect moment. He already has 7 kills.
I was expecting ZQ to have that grenade and get a grenade kill even. On top of that, that did not happen. Had enough bullets.
Didn't even need it.
Now ZQ actually sweeps through B entrance, taking control over the passage. There's a smoke to block. Now, all gamers, they know that Imperial's got the setup towards A long. This has to come anytime soon.
Yeah, Imperial posturing outside of A now. And all gamers, I mean, they've been playing a lot of rounds with many players on A ready for the defense, and it seems like they're doing really well. Entry frag, but actually he's going to go down. Long fights back, even takes down Ruzao, and now it's a 4v3.
Yeah, they're stuck A long. They can't really come all the way. They're all members of AG ready to go and fire, get the kill. Now just up to Goken, who can't really get an extra kill. He's still staying up on that A versus S now. Fighting against ZQ long distance. You think it's going to be a win for Sniper, but against ZQ, it's actually a pretty hard duel.
As especially the way ZQ is playing right now. Look at that KDA.
Let's see if
7
this
kills
becomes
and no
his
deaths.
first death or not. He managed to go through into the passage, and Goken doesn't know yet that this happened.
We'll see. Goken continuing to watch those doors. ZQ coming out now, catching Goken unaware, and that's going to be him going down as All Gamers takes yet another one. And yeah, I mean, Fefe tried to get that entry frag there on A site, but once he failed, All Gamers, they already had 3 guys playing site. They were able to shut that long push down, and I mean, they're just fish in a barrel.
Yeah, that wasn't just ZQ finishing up, that was ZQ moving into the B entrance. Okay, here comes Imperial, a little too fast. Let's see if they want to rush B site, because the wall shots, yeah, ZQ was also expecting with that many resources from Imperial, but the rush has been halted just a little bit. I like this type of play, Imperial. Maybe they should have done this a couple more times in Ankara. Just wait for those responsive flashes and then go for the rush into B site later on. Here comes the setup on the bridge. Maybe tossing into the sideway, going into A side attack. Could actually be good. Here comes the attack.
but man, Imperial players are dropping like flies right now. As Goken does fight back right there now, and him ADRF alive. No, even mows him down.
ADRF still alive. A long one to control over a side. Does have the C4 at least, but very damaged. Only 14 HP left. ZY even. Both riflers trying to collect and even actually coming through the sideway. We'll be taking some time waiting for that C4 to be planted because ZY got the intel that he might actually be crossing into B side. But even comes immediately with that rotation. Can't really even go up to that A top.
Yep, just completely surrounded there, and that's a rough start there for Imperials. All gamers, they continue their reign of terror here in the semifinals, man. They look like they are ready for the grand finals.
I am feeling it, Imperial. What can they do? So last map when they called for a tactical pause, I thought I had some solutions, so I threw a few of those solutions out within the game. But right now on this map, I don't see it. I just don't see how they can break through. Maybe A-Long is actually the solution.
Perhaps.
Of challenging into Bean, but right now, the rotation is actually... Okay, setting one as a bait near the B entrance and then having the 4 cross towards A, I think that's the best. Because previously, because they had all 5 going to the sideway and A-Long, B entrance was totally open, the base heard nothing. ZY just said to his teammate, probably in Chinese, okay guys, B is empty, A side attack coming soon. That was exactly the drill. And so they need to, Imperial, they need to, I know they are, it seems like they're always getting pushed towards the edge of the cliff. They're about to fall off because AG is just pushing them all the time. But they also have to be aware that when they're moving around too fast, there can always be holes. There can always be holes because when they move out from B, then Imperial can actually have a free entrance when there's nobody. I think that can be another solution. Just like how we said, against a very fast team, reacting very slowly can actually throw off a timing and then go for that slow push. Which is not really the playstyle of Imperial, but I think that's somewhat needed right now. Whatever is needed, they just have to make it work.
We'll see if it's going to be more of a strategic change as you're talking about right
that
now,
100%
or if they're really just going to try and figure something out in terms of confidence, because right now, I mean, all the momentum is in AG's favor right now, and Imperial, I mean, Fefe's got to be going there telling the team, like, guys, we can do this, we can beat these guys, this is what we're destined to do, this is why we formed this team, is to beat the best Chinese team and bring Brazil to the top of the world.
Yeah, you see some of the members intentionally just firing shots through the wall, just letting them know, okay, we're still here. You can't just cross the map and force us into an easy defense with like a 1v4. Let's see, because Lucão for now guarding. Whoa! How did that wall shot come through?
Even wall bangs and gets Ruse out, and that's a rough pickoff there for Imperial right now as they're playing 4v5 when.
Yeah, another boost coming up the stairs. Here's GQ through the smoke, maybe. Actually boost up J-Way instead, and then we'll be backing off to the bridge. See, the flow, whenever they try these kind of tactics, AG, they cover each other through the angle, and then go back to their original position. Like, there's so much detail in their movements.
Yeah, just constantly covering each other, setting up crossfire. Great teamwork out of all gamers, and Imperial, I mean, they're starting to make something work. And I think a lot of it comes down to Fefe kind of struggling on a lot of these entry frags, especially when they've been pushing sites like A-Long. I mean, some of these rounds, if Fefe was able to get those frags off at the entry, maybe that buys Imperial enough time to actually get on site and force AG into a retake, but we'll see what happens right now as Imperial edging their way towards B.
There are certainly some flashes, smokes available, but it's going to be straight into B.
That's going to entry frag there on. Back picks up 2, getting at 3. Flash coming in right now as Lucam's going to try and make something happen, but no, that's all gamers winning yet another round.
After a tactical pause from Imperial, so that's another problem, as Goken has been very silent with that AWM. Said it many times that the site, you do need to swap into rifle, maybe just bring the firepower at the same time. Well, I'm sure they have thought of that. But that B side,
Absolutely.
they had a lot of smokes and flashes available. At least 7 to 8 on that final push that we just had, a 4-man push into B side, but none of them were thrown before the entry.
Yeah, perhaps trying to save those to prevent a retake if they're able to successfully get on site. But I mean, you got to take the site first to be able to make that happen. And so far, that hasn't been the story here for Imperial in this second set. Bean now controlling mid.
Yeah, even being on the rifle.
Right, 5
So-
rifles for AG.
Yeah, might actually switch back later on, but who knows? Let's see, because he's actually, because they have sideway controlled. Bean should just be watching the bridge. And the BL base, Imperial again, a little scared to go in there. Side, J-Way comes out from the sideway, stopping this attack, trapping them in that passage.
Coming in, almost takes down Lucom. Lucom does fight back though, although he's taking a lot of damage as a result of it right now. And it's a 4v4.
J-Way wishes that he has the grenade right now to toss
Yeah.
it right into that passage because he heard, okay, one should be very low in HP. That's Lucam.
I mean, Bean and J-Way, though, setting up a perfect crossfire there in the middle is kind of reducing the options here for Imperial. Hopefully ADRF is going to be able to give some breathing room. But I don't think he expected J-Way to be there, but he still makes it happen. And that's going to be the... that's going to be the match that lights the fire for Imperial to push back onto B site.
Looking fires back with a headshot that saved him. So, B side totally empty because of the rotation of CY. Not red at all from Imperial. They took this attack a little too slow. Now 2 per people already. And from all gamers, they're ready to take the site back to themselves. There's that flash. A little too early, I think, for the delay, but that seems pretty good. Still 30 seconds left on the clock.
All right,
Quickly
Lucom makes
done.
it happen.
Yeah, he's coming back alive. 4-5 now. That was dangerous. A lot has happened in the middle. There was some bait spot. J-Way came into the sideway with boost. Imperial, they still don't exactly know what the A defense is like for all gamers.
Yeah, not quite. Imperial trying to make something happen, though, is they kind of position themselves across the map. They have a 2-3 split right now. A little bit of pressure on B, a little bit of pressure on A.
That grenade did not even go to the right place. ADRF and the entire squad is actually feeling so much pressure. They got 1 round at least. Maybe it will start to the pressure might start to relieve a little bit with that round, but still have 4 more to go if they want to tie the score up. And I think this is a great start. Fefe finally realizing we should at least take sideway because the all gamers, they had 2 boosts and it was successful. And we lost a lot of map control because of that. Now Imperial on their back foot, but still they're holding their ground though. So I think that's a big take. And slowly going to the B. I'm liking this a lot more now.
Yeah, take a look at the map right now. All gamers has no players on B right now. It's just 3 on A, 2 in mid, and Imperial, I don't know if they have caught wind of this or what, but they're slow. ZY though, coming in through tunnels, gonna be pick off 1. That's Gokun going down.
Yeah, has the intel that there's 1 player on Fefe on sideways, so he was looking at that position, looking for the kill.
Yeah.
And actually escaped into his own base.
Little
so
bit
quickly.
Yeah, a little bit slow on the push there for Imperial. I guess not knowing that B side was completely uncontested. And
yeah, see that blinking C4 near that B base?
That's brutal.
Oh, Fefe actually drops down A side. This was unexpected. Bean did not really see this happen. Okay, there's Rizal. Don't want to pick up that C4 yet. Waiting for the rotation. I think we're about to see some B side push.
Looks like it. Imperial getting in position, getting ready for a breach. UQ, last thing coming out. He's gonna try and wallbang this one right now. ZY coming in, doesn't quite land the headshot.
Pretty good flash.
Flashes.
But the defense.
Yeah, the defense.
There's always a backup member. That's even. That's CQ getting those final 2 kills for the squad. That B-side push was it seemed like it was almost doable with that flash, but the drop down. I think they're still intimidated by the defensive forces by all gamers. They had the perfect flashes, but only 1 out of 3 was coming down.
It's looking like a full B-rush right now, though. Imperial's trying to push their limits of what they can do, and they're taking a lot of losses. They try to do this, though. I mean, they just got completely shut down there on B Road. Both Fefe and Ruzao going down immediately, and really nothing to trade for. I mean, ZQ took a little bit of damage, but that's not going to be enough as ADRF tries to find something here in this. We'll be able to take even down, bringing it to a 3v4. Coming through sideway now, but man, that was a brutal fight for Imperial there on B Road.
That initial rush into that B entrance for Imperial, I think with those deaths of Fefe and Rizal, I think the gate closed for them to actually win the map. All gamers, their initial, because they've been doing that at least 4 times in this first half, but Imperial, they never really spent a member to go in and pressure. But this was their first time, but it is already round 8. It's very late to actually have those kind of tries.
Especially at a 1-6 score. Imperial needs a miracle right now to get the ball rolling, but no. J-Way with a beautiful headshot taking down ADRF. ADRF, one of the best rifle players on Imperial all weekend so far, but feels like the wind is coming out of their sails right now as the defense for all gamers. I mean, you could just see Imperial, they're taking their time trying to push, and this is a team known to move so quickly, so fast, so decisively, suddenly kind of losing that confidence and really struggling to make something happen.
Finally, here's Goken with a rifle. Thought it was about time, but now Imperial only less than 40 seconds to go on that A top. There's ZQ still surviving with 13 and 2, low HP, but being covered by B all the way down.
ZY taking some shots as well.
Still time ticking. You just win that move.
Yep, J-Way gets one as well, and that's another round in the books for All Gamers in the Grand Finals. Seems closer and closer. All Gamers now only 3 rounds away from booking a ticket to the Grand Finals tomorrow and a shot at that $40,000 first place prize.
I felt it in the previous round, and Imperial now 5-man push with 5 rifles.
Right.
But Bean actually goes off to the side. All those grenades are wasted.
Yeah, Bean takes down Fefe, one of the best entry fraggers on this Imperial team immediately. And now they're going to try and rotate through mid and maybe do some kind of split push over here on A's. The C4 is moving to the back, but nothing doing so far as All Gamers, man. They're responding to every Imperial move perfectly.
We knew that this was coming. At least once from Imperial after B-side getting stopped so many times. Bean was just so smart, had the perfect read. When he saw those things, when he saw that many resources being thrown, just off to the side, does not get flashed, does not take any damage. He gets a kill on his own. What a safe play.
ZQ and ZY trying to set up a crossfire over here in the corridor, leading into B. Flash is coming in.
Oh, no, this is a disaster for Imperial. They do have Goken. He's the only one left. This may be it for the first half with an 8-1 score. He gets one, but J-Wave finishes off. Only a single round for Imperial.
Man, All Gamers.
8-1 score.
Their defense has been so good, and I'm telling you, it feels like they are going to get a ticket to the Grand Finals tomorrow.
I mean,
so much of this comes down not only to the teamwork, but also the play calling from their captain ZQ, and ZQ's gunplay, both in map 1 and in map 2, has been incredible. I can't remember exactly what the kill death ratio was for him there in that first half.
I think that's,
but it was like 80% plus, man. He had so many kills.
14 and 3 maybe?
Something insane like that.
It was at least 12 and 3 a couple of rounds ago.
That kind of dominance
maybe 12
against
and 2.
a team as stacked as Imperial, as the shot caller, is just out of this world. I mean, ZQ is having some of the games of his life right now.
Yes.
As All Gamers is looking to add to their resume with yet another finals appearance. Only 2 rounds away now, but can Imperial stem the tide? Can they try to stop this and force a map 3?
Now that Imperial is on global risk, it is not impossible to get all rounds. Now that Goken can actually do his job from the global risk side with that sniper.
It is possible, but man, they are up against the ropes.
A attack even. Getting ready, just checking for anyone baiting right below him. The goal for All Gamers, they're expecting Goken to be on top. But he's off to the side. Nice pick there.
Yeah, I'm going to take even down right away in All Gamers.
They're not even going to challenge.
Yeah, I was going to say.
They say, okay, guys, Goken's here. He didn't really take damage. Our grenades somewhat wasted, but okay, we got at least check that in his first round. We only have to take 2, and we win the entire match to go to the Grand Finals.
Right, now trying to come through B entrance is All Gamers. We'll see if the rotation from Imperial is going to be enough, but All gamers actually not too many guys on B for Imperial right now as we see Fefe now coming in on the rotation. He will be giving Lucom some much needed backup. So try to defend that, and center passage is actually going to be the way that the C4 goes. Flying, a lot of damage there on Goken. The Goken drops down and actually kicks him off.
He's out. He gets all the way. J-Way gets 2 on his. Oh, ZQ continues to spray down and get the kill. Traded by ADRF, the 1-2 B. With a sniper, one of the harder places on A side and B side because of the positioning of the rifle. It's actually incredibly hard. See what I'm talking about? The bricks on the bottom, it actually cuts half. It only allows basically a headshot from a sniper and the rifler to get a kill. If you're attacking from BL, that's the reason why sniper is very weak on this map.
Right, there's also so much room for the rifle player to maneuver around, and I mean, they're so close to you that movement, it seems a lot faster than it actually is when you're trying to flick them.
Yeah, you can just poke in and out, and rifles can just move their aim to get the headshot. Sniper is just not as easy when if you miss your first shot, you are just done at that B side. But Bean will keep using AWM. It doesn't even matter. And see some rotation from Goken now, sticking to the passage. As they do have Fefe might actually consider coming out. He did go back to his own base.
Even taking a ton of damage there from the nades right now, I believe, is all game trying to take control of mid. Goken shooting through smoke. Zhao actually going to be taking down Even, and that's one player down for AG. Imperial drawing first blood here in the 11th round. As all gamers continues to posture outside of B, and it looks like it's going to be another B push.
Let's see, they do have some utilities available. Yeah, waiting for that overnade. That's number 3 all the way near the base. Bean, if you can't really deliver with the firepower, at least provide some flashes.
I love this picture-in-picture and a shot of both players camping right now in bird's eye view. ZQ now trying to push on the site. Lucom Cone over on this side. ZQ trying to wallbang a little bit. Ryu Zhao with a bit of a wraparound over there on the left.
That's exactly how you climb back up to the top. And you can also stay in that spot, wait for your teammate to climb that mini stair into that B plant zone.
40 seconds on the clock.
As EQ expecting a rotation. Bean, in the meantime, has been working his way, waits for his target. Takes down Goken near the base. So ZQ actually turns around.
Yeah.
Zhao gets caught, had no idea that ZQ was near the base.
Yeah, ZQ on site takes down one. Lucam now hunting just his head. That's an easy headshot. The Bean with a covering fire turns into a 1v1 and spurs just him versus ADRF now, as ADRF is going to be rotating in. It's 15 seconds.
Okay.
C4 not planted.
Okay, Bean, I thought he was just going for the kill, but instead, he's actually looking for that plant.
Yeah.
Okay, Bean, not spotted for now.
Plant's
Here's
coming in.
that sound with the rifle. Can't really turn around.
I mean, at that point, there's just no way. Bean, just not enough time to get that plant in.
I thought
his
he
hand
was just
forced.
I thought Bean was just going to stay in your base and give up that C4, but go for the kill instead. I think that was the right call, actually.
It's so tough, though, with only 15 seconds left on the clock to be able to make that judgment call, because if Imperial, they decide to let him go for the plant, suddenly it's just a round loss straight away. So there's another one going back in the favor of Imperial, though, as they are trying to give this the best chance they got. Of course, if they lose the next 2 rounds or 2 rounds at all in this, they will be falling to that 3rd place match tomorrow and lose a chance to go to the grand finals and win that 1st place prize. Only 2 rounds away are all gamers here on the blacklist. You know they're hungry for it.
And all gamers has been going towards that B side, pressuring at least a couple of members all the time, having some split push. So now we do have Imperial. Goken actually staying at B side. Don't think he wants to take that many nades going into that A time. Not just all gamers, a lot of Chinese teams, they do like to have the triple nade to get secure a kill, especially A top or all the way near the base.
Yeah, a number of players camping in sideway now, perhaps going to try something over here at A, as the C4 is working its way towards A long.
If Adrian throws a grenade towards the sideway, it could be doing a whole lot of damage.
Yeah, that'd be a big chunk of damage for sure.
To the 2 players, but not yet really confirmed, because do have Fefe right next to the stairs, actually, not behind the box. Interesting spot. He does not want to get flashed. That's why he's turning around.
50 seconds now on the clock as All Gamers gets ready to make this push. Nade's coming in now, and ZY's closing the distance. Fefe, though, Fefe and Ruzao with a fantastic initiation, take out 4 players there for All Gamers, and man, that push just got completely stopped in its tracks.
And that's at least a few more for Imperial. And I think a second tactical pause has been called, which means it is this time from All Gamer.
Yeah.
It has to be for the finish, okay? It has to be for the finish, but they are somewhat stopped at that magic number 8, not 9.
Yeah, it can be tough as Blacklist on his site to be able to push on, and the defense has been impeccable so far here. I mean, these guys, Imperial, they're up against the ropes, and the tactical pause from All Gamers is they try to devise a plan to break this defense. They only need 2 round wins to hook that ticket to the grand finals.
Yeah, they're very close indeed because they won the first set. But Imperial, they're starting to really climb back to an unusual spots, really catching all Gamers off guard. This is usually the moment these players have so much experience that they know exactly what to do when the flow is up. Against the winning team that has so many more rounds compared to you, you go into these bait spot that no one expects. And then strike from the back. That's when you loosen up a little bit, when you're winning that hard. Okay, we'll win 2 rounds somehow, some way. And then you get caught just like that. That was a big moment for Imperial. They know how this game is flowing. It comes from experience only.
Yeah, we saw All Gamers try to set that up when they were playing on the Global Risk side too. I believe it was J-Way often with Bean setting up in those cheeky little spots on the defense.
Yeah, but J-Way was behind the box, not next to the stairs. No one's actually at that. Some people actually go on top of the stairs. That's a sniper spot, but not all the way behind. So, and when there was an attack, All Gamers, they checked behind the box, the first person in. But Pepe wasn't there. He was right next to the stairs instead.
All right, let's see what All Gamers' plan is after that technical pause. Let's see if they've devised a strategy to try and win these last 2 rounds to punch that ticket to the grand finals. Bean with a fantastic initiation there is going to take down Ruzao, winning the sniper duel there in middle, and that's going to force Imperial to lessen their defense just a little bit there on A side as Goken's going to rotate over in.
I guess Bean can still play sniper from the blacklist if you can find kills like that. I guess so. If you can just shoot at the right target, right moment. Yeah, through that tiny angle center.
Yeah, push coming in on B now, it looks, is ADRF and Calm getting ready for the defense.
Pretty good flash from HG. There's the entry. 1-1 trade.
Gateway gets one, but Calm right now popping off. Gets another one right there before being traded out. Now it's only Goken against Bean and even.
Hey, can you actually pull it off? Here is another smoke and the grenade, and another smoke even. To basically block off that back street completely so he can't come in. Knowing that Goken is on that sniper.
Yeah, looks like he's going to try and come through tunnels and be entrance as opposed to back street this time. And All Gamers, if they are effectively able to trade this one out, they should be able to handle this defense. But Goken, we've seen him work miracles before.
Okay, Bean pokes. I think Goken spotted him for a second. There's that flash. Flashing both of them, but they're not peeking out. They're buying time. 10 seconds. He's not going to have enough time to get both kills. You just have to jump right now. It's too late already. That is it. He just took too much time. Waited Bean to come out and challenge him from that B entrance, but there's no reason. They have 2. Bean and another member, I can't recall exactly, but All Gamers, they used all the time. Now they are on a match point into grand finals.
Yeah, so close. So close to that grand final match tomorrow. Or All Gamers, they just need one more round right now as they are setting up for a big, fast A push right now. Even on the entry, pushing through. Pressure's coming in. Fefe with a great defense going to take even down, but they got to trade as ZQ and ZY both pick up 2 kills. 3v3 now. ZY firing.
Fefe shot long distance. Okay, ZY goes straight back in. Yuzao goes on top, but is he willing to jump and challenge A long players? Okay, both of them.
On top
A long fight. This is interesting. Let's see.
Yeah, Bean trying to make something happen, but no, it's actually going to be Ryuzao to take Bean down. ZY on just a sliver of HP, but so are the players for Imperial. I mean, Goken, maybe 2 or 3 bullets and he's gone, and Ryuzao, he's in trouble too. And ZY, we've seen some heroics from these all-gamer players right now as the C4 is moving on a B site. If he can handle this 1v2 defense, he will be booking his team a straight trip to the grand finals. The pressure is so high right now for ZY as the C4 is planted.
And where is he going to go with this bomb plant? And he goes back to B entrance. It was sort of a fake that he's hiding behind the box.
Oh, wow, he's actually going quite far towards mid even.
I think he was expecting both Imperial players to actually stay on A top. It's going to be about the time. Okay,
oh, this
Ghost
is such
actually
a smart
passes
play.
him. Rizal, that's a
He's
free
not
kill.
shooting.
He's waiting for does it do that? ZY does it! All gamers will be going into that grand finals with a huge score. 10-6 and 10-4 against one of the best teams, certainly the best team from Brazil, Imperial. What a clutch victory. That it didn't even seem like that hard for all gamers.
Man, that was a tough one there in the mid game, but ZY with the incredible finish. I mean, the balls to go for that flank all the way around middle, and then saving your shot, not shooting when he got sight lines, waiting until you see both players. He gets spotted, but he's so fast, so accurate. He takes both players down anyway with the pressure high, secures the grand finals. And man, all gamers, they got to be feeling so good right now.
I'm pretty sure Rizal didn't even make any sound. It was just the instinct from ZY to, okay, they should be passing the bridge and the base right now. This should be the timing where I
và
go
quý vị khán
back.
giả thân mến, hãy cùng
Just
dành
the
một tràng
perfect
pháo
time.
tay để chúc mừng cho Imperial và All Gamers đã hoàn thành trận bán kết 1 của giải đấu của chúng ta.
Thank you, Arcaster. And now please welcome two teams to the stage. They have a very wonderful battle. The first semi-finals of this year tournament.
Imperial đã rất xuất sắc, thế nhưng All Gamers mới là người có chiến thắng vượt trội hơn cả trong trận bán kết 1 này.
Imperial from Brazil, they are a very excellent team. But all gamers, they have proven us they're the world champions and at another level. And they are the winner of the battle, the first semi-finals. And it means that they will be the first team who will advance to the finals tomorrow.
Vâng, và sau đây xin mời đại diện của All Gamers hãy tiến ra sân khấu để chúng ta đến với phần phỏng vấn sau trận bán kết 1.
And we would like to invite the captain of Team All Gamers to the stage and have the post-match interview. Xin mời các thành viên của đội All Gamers sẽ quay trở lại sân khấu để cùng tham gia vào phần phỏng vấn sau trận đấu ạ.
Vâng, xin chào bạn, đại diện đến từ All Gamers, và đây là lần thứ 2 mà Khánh Linh được phỏng vấn bạn trong ngày hôm nay rồi. Với chiến thắng hết sức ngoạn mục trong trận bán kết 1 vừa rồi, đồng nghĩa với việc All Gamers đã giành được tấm vé đầu tiên đi vào trận chung kết tổng của mùa giải năm nay. Vậy thì ngay bây giờ, cảm xúc của bạn như thế nào?
So, welcome back to the stage, Bin. So this is the second time that we've been with you. How do you feel right now after having the victory?
我们作为第一个队进入决赛，我们很开心吧。然后我们接下来也会好好的备战决赛的，然后不让我们中国的粉丝失望。
là đội đầu tiên vào trong vòng chung kết, chúng tôi rất là vui, nhưng chúng tôi cũng sẽ cố gắng hết sức mình để đấu trận chung kết.
We are very happy right now and we'll do our best in the finals.
Vâng, và trong trận bán kết 1 vừa rồi thì map đấu nào mà các bạn All Gamers cảm thấy là Imperial gây khó khăn cho mình nhất?
So in the previous matches, which map that you think Imperial has the advantage and make the most difficult for you guys?
我觉得巴西的地图没有一张我们觉得很难，我们一直在做自己，中国是最强的。
Bên AJ thì không thấy có một map nào mà kiểu có làm khó AJ được cả. thì chúng mình thì đang cố gắng hết sức để có thể chiến đấu.
We think that all map is not difficult at all, and because we have tried our best.
Đúng là các bạn All Gamers thật sự bắn rất hay mà lại còn rất tự tin nữa. Vậy thì ngay bây giờ các bạn có dự đoán gì về đối thủ tiếp theo của mình trong trận chung kết tổng không ạ?
So, do you think who will be the second team will enter the finals tomorrow with you?
我觉得应该是 COLB 吧，因为我们小组赛输给了他们，我觉得希望他们我们决赛能遇到，然后我们也会尽全力的好好和他们对阵。
AJ thì nghĩ rằng thì đội đối thủ của AJ sẽ là Celebi, và tại vì thì AJ cảm thấy thì Celebi là một đội rất có thế nào nhỉ? Rất mạnh và hy vọng có thể gọi là đối đầu với họ trong trận chung kết.
So I think that our opponent in the finals will be Silapi because they are very excellent and strong team, and I hope that we can meet them again in the finals.
Vâng, xin được cảm ơn những chia sẻ của Vin đến từ All Gamers, và chúng ta hãy cùng mong chờ trận chung kết tổng vào ngày mai để tìm ra được ai sẽ là chủ nhân của chiếc cúp của chúng ta năm nay nhé.
Once again, thank you for just sharing, Bean, and we'll come back to the stage tomorrow for the finals.
Vâng, và ngay sau đây chúng tôi xin được nhường lại sân khấu cho các caster của chương trình ạ.
And now please return to our casters.
Oh, what a match. I am just speechless. All Gamers. They're moving into the final, grand finals, best of 5, and let's see who we have. Who else will we have between the two Vietnamese teams, because they're going to be going against the best team. Brazil, they did not successfully defeat China this time. This team, Imperial, was formed to defeat China. They said it themselves. The goal was to defeat China and take that trophy back to Brazil. Did not work this time. Maybe in the later this year, maybe next year. I think there are a lot of improvements that Imperial can still do.
Yeah, of course. And I mean, today, all gamers, they were just playing out of their mind. It felt like any time that there was a gap, somebody would step up. And, of course, the MVP, ZQ, not only was he the shot caller, but this guy, map 1, map 2, put him in any single position, offense, defense, doesn't matter. He was racking up the kills. He was making the plays. And this guy honestly was a big part of the difference in the skill gap between these two teams. A big part of all gamers booking their ticket to the grand finals tomorrow, and he's got to be feeling really proud of his performance today.
Yeah, I also think the reason why they all said Ankara is because of this guy.
Yeah.
Because this guy keeps one side in near perfect form.
Yeah, him and Jayway just were fantastic on holding A.
Yeah, Jayway sometimes overextends a little bit, but he's fine. At least getting a trade like Fefe on the other side. But ZQ, he's flash timing and the decisive movement at he doesn't really have the resources or the back. He just backs up. And that was it. We thought we were going all the way to set number 3 to Black Widow, but did not really happen. Imperial, I think the set 2, the map affected them so much. Port was not their option, especially starting from Blacklist first half. That was really painful to watch because they couldn't really do much. It was actually all gamers pressuring the entire game set number 2.
Yeah, all gamers just fantastic, especially on the defense, man. And I'm excited to see who's going to play them, our winner from the next semifinal match, and meet them in the grand finals tomorrow, because they were a little bit rocky here in day 1 at the Summer Championship, but today they just look like an unstoppable force, and I am so excited to see them play in the grand finals. Well deserved. This team is just fantastic.
Let's see, Imperial. Of course, they still have to play one more match, trying to go for that third place. First place against the loser of the second semifinals that we are just going to have. Well, next match. Let's see if he comes up. Yeah. Do we want to talk about the next match first?
I mean, the next match is an exciting one.
I
We've
know.
got two Vietnamese teams that are playing against each other.
But we do have a lot to talk about, but I think we'll take a short break before that too.
Yeah,
so
just in a minute.
We just have to digest because this is very, very painful. The Brazilian fans, I'm pretty sure they had a lot more chances. I'm pretty sure they also thought we're at least going to set number 3. They got their popcorns, pizza, chicken, crocodiles, everything ready to actually sit and watch all 3 all 3 extra rounds, maybe all 3 golden rounds, but it did
Right, I
not
mean-
come true.
Yeah, we were expecting a map 3 as well. I mean,
Come
these are two of the
on.
best teams in the world going head
Mhm.
to head, but All Gamers just had their number, and they're playing on another level today.
I mean, I thought I was going to finish my energy drink. I'm still half full on my can. So it actually finished a little too early. I was so surprised that All Gamers actually came back this strong just after a day. But guys, it seems like we are going into a short break before we go into the All Vietnamese semifinal number 2. Stick around. We will be back with match number 2 of semifinals. one, you stay near the pass, trying to get in there. And it's not going to work for him. Gokin.
Boy, I have to back the grave, good morning. I've been sleeping for too long, honey, on it. They buried me in black suit, black tie. I'm alive and I woke up looking fly. So from now on, what you say? Shut your mouth. Red man can't handle what you talking about. 'Cause what you do that though, it ain't no working out. Let me put the bucket time in my coffin now. From now on, from now on, you can count me as a rush. From now on, you can count me as a rush. From now on, you can count me as a rush. For my dead man, bro.
Đã gần một năm kể từ khi kết thúc CBS Grand Final 2021, lần này đến với CBS Summer Championship 2022, mình và cả team sẽ cố gắng đưa cho đội tuyển Celebi Last Legend chạm tay vào chiếc cúp vô địch.
CBS Summer Championship sẽ là hành trình đầy chông gai đối với BG Esports. Việc thay đổi layup trên giải đấu khiến bọn mình gặp không ít khó khăn. Bọn mình đã cố gắng tập luyện với nhau để hiểu ý nhau. Giải đấu lần này đối với bọn mình rất là ý nghĩa bởi vì bọn mình được cọ sát và học hỏi kinh nghiệm đến với các đội trên toàn thế giới.
We're happy to be back in the international stage, especially here in Vietnam, and we're looking forward to face other international team again.
É muito gratificante estar participando desse campeonato, é sentimento de muita felicidade e eu espero que eu saia campeão desse campeonato.
I really like the challenge. We want to challenge these guys.
It's kind of the hardest. We have the #1 China, we have also #1 Vietnam. The toughest team is going to be AG, but we look forward for the Selby game.
参加这次比赛，我们感到非常开心，能来到越南，真的是实力去打的，我们不会轻敌，也不会小看任何一支队伍。
Đây là một mùa giải với nhiều cơ hội và thách thức lớn của team. Team mình sẽ đặt cái mục tiêu thi đấu hết sức tại CBS Summer 2022 và hướng đến CF Grand Final vào cuối năm nay.
Với sức phát điểm hiện tại của BG Esports thì bọn mình đặt mục tiêu là vào top 3. Hy vọng với sự nỗ lực của cả team thì BG sẽ cố gắng hoàn thành được mục tiêu và mang lại chiến thắng trong lòng người hâm mộ.
Nosso objetivo com certeza é ser campeão.
We need to play hard to get the win.
This time we want to win. We want to get out of the group stage to become one of the top 3 teams among the tournament.
我们这次目标肯定是想拿这个冠军。
Ngay sau đây, Khánh Linh tin chắc rằng đây cũng chính là trận đấu mà tất cả chúng ta, tất cả các khán giả đang có mặt tại cung điền kinh Mỹ Đình đều đang chờ đợi vào lúc này. Đó chính là cuộc nội chiến giữa những đại diện đến từ nước chủ nhà Việt Nam, PG Esports và Celebi.
Welcome back to the stage with the second semi-finals battle between two national team of Vietnam, PG Esports and Celebi.
PG Esports là một đội trẻ tiềm năng, còn Celebi thì lại rất dày dặn kinh nghiệm. Và hãy cùng xem sau game đấu này thì ai sẽ là chủ nhân của tấm vé thứ 2 để bước tiếp vào vòng chung kết của mùa giải.
It seems that Silapi has more advantage because they have more experience with international tournament. But PG Esports, they also have much potential to show us which team will be the winner and earn the ticket to be in the finals tomorrow. Let's wait till the end of the battle.
Và ngay sau đây sẽ không để cho quý vị phải chờ đợi lâu hơn nữa. Hãy cùng chào đón lên sân khấu những đại diện đến từ PG Esports.
And now, please welcome PG Esports!
Quý vị khán giả đang có mặt tại cung điện Kinh Mỹ Đình, quý vị hãy dành một tràng pháo tay để cổ vũ cho PG Esports đi ạ.
Where you PG Esports fans, please give big round of applause.
Và ngay sau đây sẽ là những đối thủ của họ trong trận bán kết 2 này. Đó chính là những đại diện đến từ Celebi.
Make some noise to welcome Celebi!
Vâng, những người anh em của nước chủ nhà Việt Nam và ngay sau đây thì họ sẽ bước vào trận bán kết 2 để tìm ra một đội xuất sắc nhất bước vào trận chung kết tổng của mùa giải năm nay. Và quý vị hãy dành một tràng pháo tay để cổ vũ họ đi ạ.
Please show your support and your love to all Vietnamese teams on the stage.
Vâng, và sau đây xin mời hai đội tuyển chúng ta sẽ cùng di chuyển về khu vực thi đấu.
And now please move to the gaming zones, Silabis and PG Esports.
Vâng, và bây giờ là sự thể hiện của hai caster của chúng ta. Xin mời các anh.
And please return to our caster.
And welcome back to semifinal number 2. It's going to be all Vietnamese semifinal match here as we have another best of 3 to go through. Who do you think is going to win? Because these two teams, they are always the top two from the region, going back and forth each other. If Celebi takes first place, it's PG second. If PG6 takes first place, Celebi second. Who knows what's going to happen this time?
These two teams are so talented. Celebi, a little bit more esports veterans, a little bit more crossfire veterans, but PG Esports, they are up and coming. And I got to say, to have this tournament in Hanoi, to have two Vietnamese teams in the semifinals, guaranteeing a Vietnamese team in the grand finals, it must be such a great atmosphere there in the crowd. And I mean, you can see both teams, the players shaking hands and smiling and laughing. There's a lot of camaraderie, you know, between these two teams, and they got to be feeling so good about this finals. And I'm excited about this match coming up, man. I don't know who's going to take it. Celebi, of course, they did beat All Gamers. They got first place in their group, and that is an upset that we weren't really anticipating to happen. I mean, we thought maybe there was a chance that they might be able to win it, but no. In fact, Celebi did come back in a really miraculous way.
Yeah, that had to be the one, but only one team does move up to the grand final. The loser will be fighting against Imperial tomorrow to start off. Head-to-head record a lot better for Celebi, and not just it, I'm pretty sure we will be seeing a real head-to-head record.
Oh yeah.
For the last 2 years of CFL Vietnam 21 and 22. Overall, much better record for Celebi, and there were specific maps that I think might actually be banned from either side because those numbers will be covering that soon enough.
Yeah.
But some better numbers, but these numbers of course are from the first 2 days of the group stage only.
Celebi, I mean, they've been playing fantastic lately. In particular, two players, Dola and Lucas, are going to be players to watch in this best of 3 series, because when it came to Celebi beating All Gamers, those were the two that continuously came up clutch. Dola and Lucas just fantastic with their rifles. coming up in the big moments for their team, delivering victories that brought them here to the semifinals, and hopefully for Celebi fans back at home, will bring them all the way to the grand finals against All Gamers tomorrow.
Yeah, head-to-head record right here, 13-3. But in terms of the set win, 6 and 1 draw actually. There's best of 2, so there are draws in the middle when we do the round robin, and 1 loss, of course, in favor of Celebi. So big time. A huge favor for Celebi in terms of head-to-head record for the last 2 years, only including 21 and 22. So, of course, the big favorite on this matchup seems to be Celebi for now.
Yeah, looking at that Vietnam CFEL 2022 Season 1 record, and 70% plus win rate is something pretty wild, and not just on attacking, but also on defending, as Global Risk, Blacklist, doesn't matter where you put them. Celebi, they're some of the best in the region, and they already beat All Gamers, proving they're one of the best in the world. So this team, they've got a lot to prove. They might be going for their first big major championship here at the Summer Championship 2022 in Dola. I mean, we were talking about it earlier, how critical this guy is to this team's success. You can see the stats right there, 1.56 KD so far. This guy is playing out of his mind.
It's certainly very high. The youngest player in terms of professional play, only 3 years of experience compared to Rambo with 7, Shady 8 years, Lucas 5 years, and LDX also 5. So with the least amount of experience, but with the most talents, bringing a lot of kills for the team, actually keeping them alive also was one of the biggest strengths. The reason why they were able to defeat All Gamers yesterday. Let's see if he continues to bring that much attack into the team.
Yeah, PG Esports as well. We've seen some fantastic play, especially out of Ice Cube in particular. Ice Cube's been one of their main reasons why this team made it all the way here to the semifinals, and you see their Vietnamese CFEL stats right there on your screen. Not quite as good as Celebi. However, 55% on both sides, incredibly consistent, and PBZ as well, another incredible player. This guy can hang with the best of them, and frankly, I got to say, I think Celebi definitely has the edge here, but we have seen upsets before, even in this tournament. And PG Esports, if they bring their best game to this best of 3, I mean, a lot can happen in only 2 maps.
Yep, let's see, because PVZ, we do have him as the key player. Of course, KD not as high because they had a tougher time coming out through the group stage. But of course, LE Hero King with the pickup members of Ramboss, Hydra, and JLo. Hydra plus JLo, the duo from Ramboss, actually did significant amount of work for the entire team. This duo actually doing a lot of jump. The reason why PG Esports are in the semifinals, we do have the map picks and bans. Oh, sub-base ban, port ban, and I was wondering if you are actually going to get compound banned because the 2 maps that Celebi lost against PG Esports were only compounds within the last 2 years. Basically, that's the data that I have here, and there were a couple of other maps, but compound seems to be the weak point. But that is open, and we're actually going into that map. Let's see if it repeats again. If it repeats again, then PG Esports will be taking map number 1.
Yeah,
but
winning
except
map
for
number
compound,
1.
it seems like it is in big favor of Celebi for sure.
Yeah, but map number 1, man, we've seen these teams gather momentum, not just these 2 guys, but also other teams across this league. Once you get that momentum, you win those first couple of rounds, that match, it's just fantastic, and it's hard to stop.
I think the match is ready. Let's go right into the match. Well, I thought we were going straight into the match. The one time that I mentioned that we're going straight into the match instead of let's take a look at the players. We're not going into the match. Usually we went right in. We even had like the first kill already happening usually after that VCR. But it seems like they need just a little more time getting set up.
Yeah, some minor technical hiccup, but I mean, Going back to what we were talking about before with Compound as the first map, I mean, we have seen momentum be such a critical factor for these teams in this tournament. I mean, all gamers, once they started going against Imperial, for example, we thought that one could go any way, but once they kind of caught fire, they never let it go. So if PG Sports is going to win, they're going to need a big map win here on Compound, I feel like, because if it goes to Black Widow and they're already down 1-0, we might be seeing one of the quicker semifinals today.
To get into details a little bit, I think Compound is really the map where PG, they have a slower start. Not just Central Plaza, they always climb up from the A hallway. I think they should go straight into a room and check that out first. If they're starting from the blacklist, I believe was the start. Didn't really get to read the bottom for the side choices there. But I think that will be the key. Just keeping in control of a room, not really challenging into the A long to actually go into the bomb plant site, but just grabbing that first and then going back into double pillar. I think that should be the order or process for PG, because Celebi, they do love to pressure, and once you get an idea of how many members are actually pressuring, or at least having 1-2 members down in a room, then you can actually have easy maneuver out of there. So PG Sports, that should be like the #1 priority against Celebi, and Celebi, I think they overall still do have an upper hand, even if the record shows that they lost a lot against PG Sports on Compound. I still do think in terms of the playstyle and this flow, Celebi should still have an upper hand.
All right, guys, we are ready for that first semifinal match here on Compound. Two Vietnamese teams, which one will make it to the grand finals? We are here to find out as Celebi takes on PG Esports.
See the pressure already from Celebi into that A room. Double man rifle, I believe. Oh, actually, Shady on that sniper just shot one through the smoke. No damage being done from PG. Love this slow pushing style. Knew that Celebi would love to push early on, but Lucas decides to just chill right behind the spade place instead of falling back. Okay, PG, they had a lot of time to check the spot. Will he be there at the right time, and will there be a help of his teammate?
Yeah, a lot of players surging over here in the middle as Lucas is going to be getting first blood right here in set #1, taking down PBZ, one of the top gunners for PG Esports, and now LDX backing up. Gonna concede this position just a little bit and take a little bit more of a defensive spot all the way over by B site, closer towards the server room.
I wish that Sins would have pushed a little bit further along with his teammate when he was about to enter into that double pillar. I think that's for sure one thing they needed to match the tempo with the teammate so they can instantly cover from the other side of the angle. But for now, it will be a great start for Lucas. He managed to escape that easily. Since was just not at the right place. Of course, there could always be members of Celebi waiting at pillars all the time.
Yeah, I mean,
but
we saw.
You just have to go for the cover for your teammate.
Yeah,
I think that comes first.
If you can set up a crossfire over there at double pillars, it is such a difficult position to breach, as we've seen time and time again in this tournament. Right now, trying to find a cheeky angle is PG Esports as they push over here onto B site. This is not a fake rotation for CLB. He's gonna have to come in pretty soon. A lot of names popping off, but the door has not yet been breached as PG Esports kind of biding their time, and this is actually giving Celebi a lot of breathing room here as more players file into B site. 20 seconds now on the clock. They got to move quick.
Yep, pretty good flashes. Hydra jumps in, but there's still Zola left on the ground and picked up, but still 2 kills. Not too bad, but Lucas on the site. Sins does go down. It is down to 2-1. JD comes to join the party, but before he opens the door, Lucas just cleans up and welcomes him when there's no enemy at that side.
Yes, Celebi wins the first round here in set #1, and man, we were talking about it earlier, but Lucas and Dola, the dynamic duo, they take all 5 kills, and man, Shady with the AWM.
This shows so much. Okay, Ice Cube is going to jump. I know this player. We know this enemy team so well that at least one is jumping, 100%.
Yeah, Shady, the shot caller for Celebi. He's a killer at AWM, and you know that he's getting under the skin of PG. He knows exactly how they like to play, anticipating that jump and taking that shot. Taking Ice Cube down early is going to be a critical part of Celebi controlling set #1 here on Compound.
Let's see if they can actually continue to push a little bit faster of a push into the Central Plaza. Actually, Celebi focusing a lot more into A side. We knew that this was coming when they were starting from the GR. But this is actually a lot of pressure, not just 2 men. Not just two-man defense in A room, also Rambo standing strong.
Yeah, Shady getting a little overeager. They're pushing up, and PBZ takes him down immediately, and that's going to start the rush. Esports also get Dola, trading out just a little bit of damage for 2 kills right now, and the C4, they are going to back off of A just a little bit, so they're happy just to take that trade, kill Shady, kill Dola, back off, kind of reconvene over elsewhere on the map. And I mean, to Celebi's credit, they're not really overreacting to this. A site still hasn't been breached. There's still a 1-1 split here for Celebi, and now PG Esports moving into the central plaza.
That's a selfish trade if you have to think. I mean, getting 2 kills on his own. Rambo actually
Rambo
comes all the way around. No one checks him.
Yeah, that's a great trade there. It's going to go 2D1 now, as LDX is going to be the sole man standing here for Celebi in round number 2. Sins and JLo. Oh, they're so close. I don't know if LDX actually saw him there. JLo coming to the smoke. He gets spotted out. Sins. Oh, 1 HP. He's going to be able to take down LDX right there. We're going 1-1 here to start things out.
Yeah, that one pass through the smoke was such a crucial pass. I think Celebi could have speed this one a little bit more, but I think losing Ice Cube to begin round number 2 really hurt them in terms of rotation. We've seen PG Sports play around Ice Cube, also Celebi really reacting to the opponent's sniper. And I think that's the perfect way of actually grabbing the equation and solving PG Esports out on this map, starting from GR.
Yeah, we'll see now. PG Esports just kind of biding their time here in this round. Not going for any kind of early breach through mid or onto A site. Instead, just trying to see if they can control this space, get any pickoffs. But Celebi just kind of content to let them take map control, play a conservative defensive game as we see Dola watching the doors over here on A long.
Let's see how long PG Esports actually take to join in to that double pillar, because it is round 3, which is still okay to go with the slower pace, but as you go through the first few rounds, you need to pick up the pace and not waste any more time, because they just made it into double pillars, no damage done, some utilities, but already time is 1:11.
Yeah, this was a problem for PG Esports earlier too, where too much time ran down on the clock as they were pushing B and led to kind of an unfortunate position as they pushed into the server room. So 1 minute now left. C4 still in mid. Let's see if PG Esports is going to be able to make a move. Lucas watching these doors, waiting for them to breach.
This is a spot where PG actually threw a triple grenade previously, but not anymore this time. Okay, Sin jumps into the B room, finds all 3. Can't really do much. Dola comes around from the side, gives all the intel, takes up 2 of PG Esports on his own.
Yeah, PG Esports with not a lot of time left. They decided at the last minute not to go for B and instead rotated through mid, but now 28 seconds and they're nowhere near planting.
Yep, and there's a LDX already coming out to the door.
Yeah, Black is coming in.
Only Hydra left here near the base. He does have C4 and B site is totally empty, but doesn't exactly know. Doesn't have the intel that there's a rotation coming everywhere except for where he was supposed to look.
Yeah, PG Esports just a little bit too slow, a little bit indecisive there, moving through pillars and then not deciding to go through on B. And I mean, that came back to haunt them there as they ran out of time there. Celebi playing time to their advantage, just happy to play this nice, slow defensive game, and it's working for them.
That's why I said it is round 3, it is okay, but round 4, you need to pick up the pace slightly faster. Moving to that A room, here is that pressure. PG Esports, they know exactly what to do, but Dola with that headshot line. No one was actually looking towards him through the smoke.
Yeah, Dola definitely doing his job there, getting both PBZ and JLo down at A entrance, and that's going to take a lot of the wind out of the sails for PG trying to push onto A. They're in fact going to drop the C4 closer towards mid as they spread. Hydra and Rambo very close to each other now, 1 box separating them. Who will have the faster reaction time? Hydra
Rambo.
saw him. Rambo tried to flick up at Hydra with a nice headshot there, was going to take him out.
Yeah, Rambo actually, by ducking down, he almost won that fight.
Almost.
Even after reacting a lot slower to his opponent. C4 now should be traveled soon enough to A side. I think with A long open, it's actually not that bad because they have been poking a lot to A room, but never actually diving right into that A plant zone.
Yeah, they've been a little bit timid pushing over here on Blacklist to start things out in set number 1. And to their credit, they do have 1 out of the first 3 rounds, but Ice Cube and Lucas now in the middle. Still walls separating them, so no sight lines just yet as PG's slowly creeping their way onto A site. LDX is watching this doorway, waiting for them to breach. Lucas does get Ice Cube in the meantime there in mid.
The low H number does go down. Hydra, Sin's only left with carrying the C4, but A side. Is this really the commitment? He does have 30 seconds. Just the A long plant and then try to fake hide at A site.
Oh, he does take down Shady right there with a really nice play. 1v1 right now between LDX and Sins, but again, time is a problem right now. Sins is going to have to go for that kill. He is going for the bomb plant now instead.
A long plant indeed. LDX will surely know this has to be the way. Knows exactly where Sins is.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, but he just did not look at the right. Sins actually went aggressive, did not wait for his opponent to come at him.
Yeah, Sins right in the open there, and LDX didn't expect it. Sins takes him down and ties us up 2-2, and man, these two Vietnamese teams going neck to neck to start things out here in set number 1.
And that was the type of play that PG Esports needed. That's a boost in momentum. See how they're flowing. They're starting to move out a little bit faster. I know there's still a great understanding that Celtic can always poke to Central Plaza, the double pillars. So PG Esports in entire first half, I think their strategy is to take it slow and not lose anyone. Let's at least have a duo or trio covering each other to sweep through the bottom half of the map and then go slowly into the site. That has been working not too bad because Celebi, in terms of reaction time, has been pretty fast.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Both teams just kind of contend to play a nice conservative game here, but now PG Esports once again meeting up at double pillars. They are pushing in with a 4-man squad, 1 player watching the flank. And so far they've been really timid on the B pushes, but not this time. And Lucas actually picking up 2, picking up 3, picking up 4! 4 headshots! That's 4 players going down. Lucas did his job and then some, as only Ice Cube is the last player standing there for PG. Lucas, a 1-man army on B site.
That spray through the window and the door on his own after being flashed for a split second. The amount of concentration this player has.
Lucas and Dola, man, these two guys, we were talking about it before this match started, and they've combined for 15 kills here in the first 5 rounds.
And what can Ice Cube do? He is down B bottom, the switch into AK. Okay, the entrance is smoked, but with 4 men, I think they're just going to break through. There's that flash. They had too many utilities left still with 4 men power. Can't really outdo with a rifle.
Yeah, and yet another round going in the favor of Celebi. Some really nice play from them on the global risk side of things here to start things off on Compound.
Yeah, what a moment from Lucas. He was alone at B. And that's
1v4.
all you need. But that was a big moment where PD Esports, they just started to... Okay, hold on to that as Rambo sneaks in. Right Cube is just going to catch him. They know that. They love it so much.
Yeah, Ice Cube, man. When he pops off with that AWM, he is a tough beast to deal with, and just taking mid control is PG Esports, and that's a really nice pickoff right now. And Lucas and Dola stacking up on A just a little bit right now, kind of anticipating them to push that way. There was a rotation with Shady taking over the Helmo at B defense.
It's the understanding of Celebi about PG's playstyle. PG never really challenging to push Central Plaza. If they do, they do come very late because they always want to check the double pillar. So even before that, A room is not going to be checked. Only the beginning few rounds, which actually I liked a lot from PG Esports. But even in round 6 now, their rotation seems to be very slow against Celebi, and you need to catch the speed. If you don't catch up to the level of Celebi, you are not going to be bringing that many rounds.
Yeah, it looks like it will be an A push as PG Esports once again slowly filing their way in. This has been their trademark way of moving on Compound to start things off here in set number 1. Just slow, checking all of their corners, biding their time, and now PBZ looks like he will be getting ready here for the entry onto A site, but no one is here waiting in this room just yet. They will be in the doors. Dola and Lucas, 2 of the top gunners on the Celebi team.
And Lucas not made. Let's scare them, but there's an entry.
Yep, Dola gets the first blood there on Sin. He trades him out, and Lucas now, the hero from B site, eventually does get taken out. That is a 2-for-2 trade, and now Shady and LDX, it's going to be on them to retake the site.
Let's get ready with that pick shot, headshot from a sniper. He's totally ready for that. Shady alone with an AW. Can't really do much. J-Lo speaking out. Getting the last kill for the team. There is PG finally attacking into that A was the right choice. We're having this back to back to back to back to back. One a piece every single time.
Yeah, no one really able to get too much momentum going. These guys are just going toe for toe right now. And even Celavi going with a different setup over there, having Shady, I believe, on B-Site last round, putting all their top gunners there, unable to hold that dot, and Rambo gets taken out by PGZ. As PG Esports playing with a little bit more confidence right now, breaching that A room and then backing off after the kill.
Told you that securing a room for PG is the crucial moment. And Salve, because they also knew, they even spent 3 members sometimes, but this time just had 1 instead. And after that, PG backs out. The rotation doesn't even come. And this time is actually very passive after I think they have spotted Lucas coming out to the Central Plaza. That's why they're going around instead and picking 3 men for this entry into that double pillar from the BL side.
Yeah, and LDX kind of playing a position that Selby hasn't been doing too much, but isn't able to catch Sins unawares as Sins takes him out.
Oh my goodness,
line them up!
They were just carrying a grenade in their hand. 3 kills for Lucas. I don't know what happened to the third, but he died also.
I think it was 3 straight headshots, man. Lucas just says line them up as they come through that doorway. Completely unprepared for Lucas in close quarters, and he just cleans house. Adding to his kill total, he is now up to 13 kills here in the first 6 rounds.
This cannot be happening for PG Esports. Celabi, that should not have been around going to Celabi. PG, they actually had the right rotation. They were trading perfectly. They were having an upper hand, but Lucas striking from the side. This is what happens when PG, because they still had an upper hand in terms of manpower. The rotational speed after getting that advantage is way too slow. Beginning slow is okay, but after once you take an advantage in the round, you should actually be sweeping through the map, but still the movement speed is still the problem.
Yeah, just playing a little bit too slow is PG Esports right now, and occasionally they are getting taken advantage of for that fact. And now,
this is
pushing
crazy.
in through mid a little bit more quickly. They're going to be going on to A side, it looks like. And only Rambo, if I'm not mistaken, is there in defense. He will be taken out. Only 1 player going down for PG Esports with a really nice clean take. Ice Cube is holding off mid, trying to catch rotations, but Lucas mows him down there with a rifle, not taking any damage, adding to his kill total now up to 14 here. And Celabi setting up for the retake on A.
Yep, we knew that we were about to see an accident on that bird's nest. Ice Cube had no idea there were more than 2 coming around the map. Okay, this retake actually, C4 is not even planted, but A long. Lucas still does that
right.
duo. Yeah, I
even
thought
plant
it
the
was
C4.
planted ages ago, but it is not. Travel and there's Shady.
Yeah,
that rifle.
I'm a little confused about what the game plan here was for Esports and what happened, because that was not a bad A take, but the C4 was never planted and then the players moved off site. I'm not exactly sure what.
So what I think happened was PG was looking for that A long bird's nest plant down at A side, but the moment Ice Cube down, the plant actually was destroyed. They were trying to have that perfect plant for Ice Cube to get easy kills, but he was the one for, I think the bomb was going down, and then Ice Cube died, and then they stopped planting the bomb. After that moment, all they had to do is just escape the site. But still, Lucas, LDX, this double pillar is getting dominated by Celabi once again. Hydra's alive, but he's all alone against the 4, can't do much. And that just might be it for the first half. We're getting real soon. I mean, that ended pretty quickly. Maybe, is it? I did not get the perfect count. I think it was 5-3, if I'm not mistaken, or was it 6-3 already?
6-3, I believe.
Is it?
In
Okay.
the favor of Celavi, yeah, and Lucas, man, just continuing to add on the kills. If I'm not mistaken, he had 16 kills in that half. I mean, fantastic defense, not only at B, but also they're catching 3 men moving through a doorway somewhere near mid, and
that one Lucas got a little lucky too.
A little lucky.
I thought they were disconnected, literally carrying the grenade and just walking out into the Central Plaza. Hey guys, I'm coming. And Lucas, I'm pretty sure he was surprised. Okay, There's a guy with the smoke. There's a guy with the grenade. Okay, free 2 kills. Third guy had the gun out for sure, but he just died with a headshot instantly too.
Yeah. So what's the half? That is a 6-3 lead now for Celavi as they switch sides here. Celavi now playing on the offense. Will they be able to carry this momentum in to first map win?
We'll see. Since I think it's okay for PG Esports to actually fall back, or leave a road and room entirely open for Celebi to actually challenge and waste a lot of resources, because Celebi does end up using a lot of flash and smoke towards that A room. It is totally fine if I'm pretty sure they have a lot better understanding about the team compared to how much I do, of course.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of metagaming going on between these two teams because they are both Vietnamese teams. They both compete in the same leagues. They know each other inside and out. So we'll see what adjustments they make here coming into the second half right now as Celavi is starting to rotate over here towards B site through the GR base.
Yeah, this is the normal speed that we see on Compound. Dola through the smoke. Ooh, but still Shady picks up PVZ. Okay, what a cover fire from the team.
J-Lo coming out. Leaky does get one, but they are able to make the trade, and that's going to make it 4-2 in the favor of Celabi right now. Is Dola and Rambo setting up over here on B site.
Pretty nice smoke. Right at the entrance, Sin Hydra. This is actually a little short, so that they can actually, so that the Celebi can actually have better advantage when both of them come.
Yeah, Sin comes through and gonna get taken down there by Rambo. Rambo does eventually get taken out. 1v1 now. Lucas versus Hydra. Lucas had the hot hand so far. 11 seconds on the clock. Hydra can't go for the defeat yet. Lucas peaks, re-peaks, and that's Hydra going down. Lucas continuing his reign of terror here in the semifinals, adding to his kill total. If I'm not mistaken, that is his 17th kill in set number 1.
Yeah, Lucas, he didn't even have to peek out until we hit 6 seconds left. And he was just confident with that shot. He knew that he was going to win regardless, just going all the way out. That's some nice damage on the grenade.
Big fight here, though. Lucas actually getting taken out really early as he's going to trade with Ice Cube, and PG Esports Celabi is kind of going ham right here in the middle as Dola's going to get another kill. Taking a lot of damage on the back foot.
But Sin still sort of controlling this A road on his own. Getting that headshot onto Dola is huge, opening up a lot of map control for PG.
Yeah, PG Esports playing quite far forward as well, looking at the minimap. A lot of players playing off-site right now is Sins and Rambo.
Ooh.
Quite close together. Rambo moving to a slightly different angle, though.
Yeah, since he wants to stick around here a little bit more, even throwing smoke all the way back near the base.
Yeah.
Because once you control that area, you sort of have half of Center Plaza also. Just by peeking in and out, you can actually stay there for a long time. We'll eventually go back to A side because that side has been basically free to go for the last 10 seconds.
Right, LDX and Rambo now trying to move through B, but they might be caught unawares by Hydra. He's holding this tight angle, and yeah, he does get one for free. Luckily, LDX is there to trade him out. In the meantime, Shady does take off Sins, so it is just PBZ up here for PG Esports, and the C4 is moving now towards A. Shady's telling his teammate, hey man, I got A site, come over here, guard the rotation, let's get the bomb plant, let's get this win.
But on Compound, unless you come straight through the Central Plaza, which could have been dangerous. Okay, ODS actually comes down to Central Plaza, does win that 1v1. Could have been very dangerous if he lost that duel because C4 dropped right at the Central Plaza, and the other member, I believe either Lucas or Shady, was also pretty low on HP. Yeah. That will be another round going in hands in favor of Celabi. Just 2 more needed.
Yeah, once again, another big mid-fight here starting things off as Lucas is getting right into the action. He wants to continue with his confidence, and he does. The pistol kill is going to take out J-Lo. Ice Cube takes off Dolo in the meantime now. Celabi really applying the pressure here in Central Plaza. They're going to be translating that into a push on A side, it looks like. Ice Cube does get one shot there on Shady. Players pushing in. Ice Cube gets a second one before he gets traded out.
Knows that they knew that there was one more member waiting from A long, but still that doesn't matter. They can just break through wherever they want to. It's just Lucas, but Lucas has been doing it for the team many times. Oh, C4 dropped nearby. That's a big problem as he might just go to, yeah, might rotate. There's still plenty of time. Just checking B side. Okay, I'm safe on my back. Just guarding the corner. PG has a pretty good idea with the flash.
1v1 versus PBZ, things might change. We'll see if Sins and them try to trade it out, but nope, PBZ able to come over there with the jumping pistol shot, and that takes down Lucas, and that's lucky for them because if any player on Celavi is going to win 1v2 right now, it's going to be Lucas, man. He's got the hot hands, he's got the momentum, he's got the confidence.
Yeah, that movement, Lucas, he just wanted to check on his back and make sure he has his way back into A side to pick up that C4. PG Sports in that rotation was pretty quick, but the duo now again slightly challenging into A room, but not really forcing it too hard.
No, not just yet. Celavi kind of buying their time right now.
See, there's that smoke. And see how many flashes were just used from Celavi just to go into A side. This is very smart play from PG Esports. They need to draw this out many more times on compound.
Actually, a very big flank coming in right now as both Ice Cube and JLo are coming around spawn. I don't think Celavi is aware of this. Celavi now going into Central Plaza. If PG Esports catch wins of this, they might be able to sandwich this team right here at mid. Here coming right now, Katie fighting. Ice takes him down. A lot of trades going down, and that's 3 players down for Celavi in just a moment right now. Rambo on 1 HP, the last player left, and he's going to get taken out, and a perfect sandwich there. Fantastic play from PG Esports.
Yeah, that was much needed for PG Esports, and certainly catching in numbers 2 rounds in a row for them. Celavi, they had the rotation. I believe the last member who checked into A hall was Shady. He checked into the base, but did not really get the angle, full angle. And 2 members of PG Sports were approaching them at that moment. So quite unfortunate there. It's always better to check all the way, not halfway.
Right, but I mean, probably not expected. I mean, PG Esports, they've been playing so conservatively, and then suddenly they decide to push all the way through double pillars, through passage, through dock, around through the base, and then come in with a perfect sandwich. It's just really nice movement out from them. If they keep playing like that, they have a chance of coming back here in this set.
And all of a sudden, PG... Yeah, triple man setup with a flash to speak out to Center Plaza. Okay, there's nobody. No one has seen anything from Central Plaza. It must be a B attack. There's that smoke set up into the B entrance off to the pillar entrance.
Yeah, Celavi now. A room.
So
slowly moving in towards site.
PD Sports might be fooled that this is a full B attack. But the force is actually gathering. No, force ain't long. Already 2, 3 men, 4 men getting ready. There's that flash into A entrance. Actually, a smoke, excuse me.
Yeah, buying a little bit more time. And PG Esports, they've got a lot of men on B right now. A lot of firepower just for a couple of guys. That is Shady going down, so right now the jig might be up. This is time for CLB to push. PBZ trying to get some close in. Hydra does get Rambo down, but that's the defense on A-site gone for PG Esports. They're going to have to retake now against LDX, Lucas and Dola. And Lucas and Dola, they've got the hot hands, man. They're going to defend this bomb. Lucas, you see it right there. That's a heady.
Yeah, Celavi, this was totally a rotational win. If they get this round, Ice Cube trying to get his shots, but just misses barely. Lucas still standing very strong. There's a flash. Sins has to dominate from the top, get at least 2 kills on his own, but misses entirely.
Yep, and Lucas is going to clutch it out there at the end, getting a last kill, and that's another one for Celavi, I believe, now on match point.
They are. This is 9-5. I thought, we did think that Celavi still has an upper hand, but this was one map that PD Sports really had the highest chance of winning against them.
Compound is their most favored map in this matchup, and Celavi says, we don't care, that's map number 1, we're going to win on it anyway. And right now, just 1 round away from winning the first set of this best of 3. Getting closer and closer to the grand finals right now as LDX fires back, trading out Dola, 4v4.
And still will continue since right below him, but there was some couple of flashes already being used, so I don't think he wants to challenge, just pokes, and it gets some shots fired, but no real damage happening too much. And there's that flash again. I think they do want to challenge into Sins, but there's Hydra on the screen. We have Ice Cube. There's that grenade. Takes a chunk of damage. Goes down to 54.
Was like right on him.
And then a flash.
Right on him.
Ice Cube is scared for now, but there's Hydra checking at his other angle.
Right, the reinforcements have arrived. And Lucas with a really nice headshot there on Hydra.
That's incredibly hard.
His position is revealed, but Ice Cube not able to connect. Now LDX on top. He does get taken out there by Sins.
The pista totally open. There's a C4 going down. This might just be it for the map. There is the last standing member for PG Sports. That is PBZ. Can he pull off a miracle through the smoke? 1v3. not the most perfect smoke, so... But still, this is incredibly hard. Getting some damage. I think they can just rain fire and he will be taken down. There's Lucas again. That is the final kill. We have a map winner already on compound. It is as expected, Celebi, but this was certainly a map where PG Esports could have taken away from them. Just not going to happen. I believe the score was just 10-5 at the end.
Yeah, Celebi with a lot of dominance right there. And man, Lucas just catching fire. He got so many kills, double digits, I think 16 in the first half, and he wasn't quite as hot there in the second half, but he didn't need to be because his teammates stepped up. They secured the map 1 win, and we were talking about it going into this best of 3, that if PG Esports wants to go to the grand finals, if they want to upset Celebi, they're going to have to do it here on compound. This is where it has to begin, but now suddenly they're a map down. They need to win 2 in a row.
Which is incredibly hard against the stronger opponents. You can see from head-to-head record. Of course, Celebi does have much better record. Again, 6 wins, 1 draw, 1 loss against the team that they're just fighting with right now. That's PG Esports. Compound, I can sum this up pretty easily. Rotational difference, rotational win for Celebi. I just have to say. Of course, there was Lucas with those super plays, but those all came from surprise attacks of rotational plays. PG, they were just a little too slow moving in and out together. Okay, so of course, moving together is very important. We've seen some moments where Team Myth, they just had solos going around the map. It just did not work. Okay, PG Sport, they had a lot more members, but the movement was just a little too slow on compound. And Black Widow, we may just have a similar story. This is another gigantic map. And maybe Ankara, if we go there, it might be a different story, but Black Widow is pretty big. And when we talk about big maps, rotational speed has to be picked up every single time.
Yeah, I mean, the shot calling for Celebi coming out of Shady has been fantastic so far here in this tournament. I mean, it's a big reason why they were able to upset All Gamers and win their group in an outcome that not a lot of people expected. And so now, coming on to Black Widow, if they're able to continue to play that positional advantage, as you said, and use their rapid movement, they might be coming away with a 2-0 win because PG Esports on compound, this should be their most confident map. But again, when they're moving, they're doing it timidly. They're not playing with too much confidence besides the gunplay. Their movement just seems like they're kind of second-guessing themselves. They're really struggling to find any kind of momentum when it comes on to taking sites or making big rotations, and came back to haunt them.
Yeah, PG Sports, they've done their homework. We could see them trying to control that A room when they started from the blacklist. That's exactly what I expected. And just at the perfect level, they didn't overextend going into A long after getting a kill. They backed out slowly. Okay, the rotational after was the problem, but their plan A certainly worked against Celebi. If they can continue to do those and have backup plan and then plan B, plan C to follow up after that, I think there's still very much of a chance for PG Esports to actually come back in the series. There's still a very big chance because Black Widow, you can have many different setups, and when we have two teams with this much experience against each other, anything can still happen.
Yeah, don't write PG Esports off yet. They do definitely have a chance in this one. And I mean, a lot of times when things kind of go according to their game plan, they're able to step up and they're able to get those round wins. It's just often when Lucas is an agent of chaos, just kind of causes mayhem, it's when the pieces fall apart. So if PG Esports, if they're able to kind of get everything together and work as a cohesive unit and start moving with a little bit more confidence, I think they have a chance of coming back here in set 2. But man, Celebi, they've got some really good gunplay coming down, a lot of really good movement, a lot of really good shot calling. It looks like they're going to book a ticket to the grand finals.
That might be very likely. And right now, thinking about Black Widow, how it's going to be coming down. Compound, before we went into the map, we specifically said this could be the strategy, and we should go for this when you want to win against this specific team. But because Black Widow, there are so many different types of strategy and experience, and right now, because of that speed problem, and on a bigger map and scale, I can't really pinpoint a strategy. If I'm the coach of PG Esports, if I go into the booth and tell all the players and say, okay, this is what we need to work on against Celebi. This should work. This should work much better compared to the other strategy. I just cannot pick one right now because the map rotational speed, that's like the basics of basics on this map. And PG Esports, they're very timid, as you pointed out. And sometimes you just have to go for it. We saw some moments of PBZ trying to push all the teams, trying to carry the team so they can pick up speed. But every single time you tried that on a single round, the next round, Lucas just came through the door. He just broke through the door and says, "Hey guys, I'm here. By the way," like slapping through all the members all the time. So it wasn't really working out for PG Esports again.
Lucas was just a really anytime it felt like they were getting momentum, Lucas would just put his foot down and just be like, "Nope, I'm gonna rack up kills." And a lot of it was luck, but I mean, when we talk about luck and I think we're about ready to go into map number 2 as Black Widow. Here we go. It looks like CLB is going to be playing on the offensive side. Blacklist for Celebi, and this is pretty good for PG Esports, man. I mean, if you want to play their slow defensive game and get some momentum going, they're going to be doing that on Global Risk, in my opinion. So hopefully we'll see some nice defense out from them as Celebi setting up now in mid. A couple players here positioning towards a short, but no big rushes just yet.
Sort of like the setup that we had from Imperial earlier today. Yeah, PD Esports. Big pressure A long, so it sort of cuts the other side off of the map where Celebi can go through. And even though A short could be penetrated, they will still be in control of that A long. So PD Esports, they have the game plan. Of course, spending one in B storage only. And PBZ slowly falling back to the base saying, okay, Celebi not really using any utilities towards water or B storage. This should be a short push. Here it comes. Rambo, the first one up against Ice Cube.
That was a nice flash, though. That's buying a lot of time. PG Esports, Ice Cube able to get 2 shots there to start things up. Both Shady and LDX going down, and that takes a lot of the wind out of the sails of this push. PBZ also able to take out Lucas, man. They're falling apart here for Celebi as only Dola and Rambo are up. Dola gets taken out, and it's now the C4 with Rambo trying to find its way to B.
B side is indeed open, but because of all the rotation, this should be very easy to read that Rambo has to be in that either B storage or B plant site. Yeah, PG, all they have to do is just wait for him to actually make the rotation or the C4 actually being planted at B site, which I don't think is happening with 1v4.
Nah, PBZ waiting by the double doors. And yep, that is him going down. 1v4 harder to make happen than PG Esports with a really nice defense there on A. Really coming down to Ice Cube's fantastic AWM play on A short.
Yeah, that was sort of they sort of had an idea because of the hold on to that. What a push! The damage was insane onto Dola and Rambo. I think that was with the grenade damage at the same time.
You're right.
Yeah. One rifler shouldn't be doing that much damage to 3 persons at once.
Yeah, Lucas going down. Shady, Rambo, and Dola all very low HP, and Celebi kind of off to a rough start here on the black crit side.
And here, yeah, Hydra pushing all the way into the box. That's pretty far in. He did felt the risk because Celebi is all the way pushed towards their base. No need to risk and go all the way in. Just need to control that A long. I think that will be the key of the GR defense for PG Esports. They're forcing another push into the B storage. PG, they have a pretty good idea that this is coming.
Yeah, the forces for Blacklist now converging outside of B. Sins is ready for him, though. Shady's going to be the one breaching the room. LDX now coming out. Rambo getting a kill, but PBZ takes down one. Sins takes down another.
PBZ survives that. Was flashed entirely.
Dola is the only man left for CLB with just 1 HP.
Total flash doesn't even kill him. His teammates got him. And Dola. B-side, there are some amazing sniper saves.
I was thinking about
but
that.
First, he does have to go through Ice Cube. That is the thing. Once you do have to go into the side first, and then think about those amazing saves.
Yeah, the way the B side is laid out, it is possible to kind of take a lot of 1v1s. And if you do get the shot off really quickly and there's potential 1v1s, you can win something like a 1v3. But no, not in the cards there. Ice Cube sniping him all the way from A. And PG Esports off to a really good start here.
Yeah, 2 successful defensive round from PG Esports, and they're slowly approaching, releasing that pressure into A long, and then A short double. I think they want to grab a kill and escape. There's a smoke from Celebi, which is going to help PG actually.
Line him up here for Hydras. He gets a ton of damage, and that's Shady going down. LDX takes a beating as well, now on 1 HP. Lucas here waiting in the smoke by the double doors, but no one really exposed for PG Esports on the other side.
Yeah, because of that smoke, J-Lo, even though he was right behind his teammate, could not really back him up with angles covered by the smoke. When it comes to Lucas, DBZ smells him coming. I think DBZ's defense towards the base, guarding that double door, is near perfect so far. And still, here LDX is in control with that IWM, low in HP. If he can grab a kill onto Ice Cube, no, he will actually back up and go for this. Control the water back to themselves.
Dola takes a lot of damage, but is able to clean up Sins now, and there's a 2v3 between Dola and Rambo. LDX, if he's able to take a shot with this AWM and take another player out, that would be huge for Celebi. Only 50 seconds on the clock, so they got to make something happen soon. And actually, I thought this was a 2v3, but look at LDX's HP, man.
Yeah, he's actually alive. Still holding a long.
Literally,
so he's
literally
trying to get Ice Cube if he can. Spot J-Lo does miss his shot, so that's a go sign for B side. Forcing a rotation from PB into A direct. Okay, PBZ is still staying strong. He's feeling it. Okay, he's heard the shots.
Yep, he knows what's going on. Rambo is going to be able to clean him up though right now, and PG Esports is in a little bit of trouble. Bomb is planted. 40-second timer begins to click down. J-Lo will catch LDX on the rotation. Ice Cube now coming into the court. Dola takes him out.
That's totally okay. There's that flash to buy some time. J-Lo, can he pull off a 1v2? Actually, he does not get to go in time. I thought he had enough time to go directly into the storage, but the window was a little too big for him.
Yeah, Celebi with a nice round win there, getting on the board. 1-2 now to start things out here on Black Widow.
Fire in the hole!
Then a third time, but this time backing off. A long pressure. You see a lot more smoke coming up. Speaking at A short, Hydra did reach himself a little bit too far on that stairs.
Yeah, Hydra's
it's not the first time.
Right, Hydra's probably hoping to just get one kill and then back on off, but Lucas with a hot hand picks him off and controls A short now, and a lot of territory near A controlled by Celebi.
I think Celebi really wants to pressure A short a lot in this matchup, as we've seen some aggressive plays coming out from Hydra. A short might actually be their weakness, and since Ice Cube has been playing really well, as long as they have some intel that Ice Cube is away from his comfort zone, push might be happening soon enough. Okay, drawing out the flashes first, and then a timing rush should happen towards A, because we do see Rambo positioning himself A long.
Yeah, Rambo is getting in position right now as Celebi kind of reconvenes over here on A short at the steps. As you see Shady moving out first. Lucas with the nade using the flash. That's J-Lo blind. They're pushing up now, and Lucas is going to take him down.
He flashes. Ice Cube does get Rambo, but the war is not being won. There was a small fight win in A long, but the rest of the map, total control of Celebi now.
Yeah, Sin's actually hiding in that small room right now, coming out the window, trying to stop the plan, but nope, Dola too quick on the reaction right there, and Celebi evening it up right now. Our two Vietnamese teams going toe-to-toe.
Now this will totally make Ice Cube rotate a little bit further. And he's actually coming out into the waterway. Sins takes a chunk of damage from that grenade.
Yeah, fantastic move there. Sins now on very low HP as Ice Cube's going to try and find some angle to get use of this AWM.
I think he's feeling the pressure that I have to be the one stepping up for the team right now and try to take map control. Okay, Celebi, after losing waterway and getting A long controls, okay, they know that at least a member or two has been out, and they still do not have control, any info on that A short. So
yeah,
the only option right now, it's either take time and try to take control back on the other side of the map, or just go straight into A long. It seems a little too easy for PG Esports to read this.
Yeah, it's difficult though, because now the AWM isn't on A long, and that's a brilliant flash. A lot of players for Celebi blinded by that one. Some damage coming in, but no kills just yet. We'll see if PG Esports is able to make a rotation off of this, but no. Instead, it's actually Celebi backing off, going back towards spawn.
Yeah, with Sins near waters, PG Esports, they knew that this had to be the attack. And with just one flash, no kills actually happening so far. But like the fact Celebi's actually picking this ahead. Ooh, Shady picking. That was a 1v2 for a second.
Yeah. Taking out Jailer right there with a really good shot is Shady. Low HP, and I like this position for him. I mean, low HP like this, one bullet's going to kill you, so take the longest angle you could possibly find. And that's Shady with the AWN. Making it work is Celebi with their 2 snipers. Trying to fight their way back into this. So Sin's actually catching LDX unaware. LDX will snipe him out, though.
Did he run out of bullets?
I don't know exactly what happened there.
He didn't
Maybe
fire that many, and then he switched into a pistol. Maybe he just finger slipped.
Maybe his gun jammed.
Yeah,
I don't know.
maybe gun jammed. maybe he needs to spend a little more point. Maybe he was just he just fat fingered on the pistol. That was really unfortunate to see because he had the upper hand in that fight.
Yeah, he definitely had the element of surprise right there.
Oh,
and Hydra
Cube.
rotating over here as Celebi is working their way onto B site. And wow, Shady actually getting Ice Cube. All right. Celebi taking control over here on B. There are some players on site, but Hydra with a clutch kill right there. That's a very important target right now. Straight through the window. He will get it.
It was just not just Lucas. I thought Lucas was just staying there to buy time, but Shady was the other member picking up these side kills going to that B passage. Really quick in rotation to respond against PG Esports here. As Celebi quickly it was 2-0 in favor of PG Esports to begin. Now it is 3-2, the opposite way. Maybe tactical pause should be called soon enough for PG.
Yeah, possibly right now as the momentum is shifting towards Blacklist. Celebi doing a really good job in these past couple of rounds. As Shady positioning himself once again on A long with that AWM, and Celebi, they're really liking this 2 sniper rifle play, and it's been working for them the past couple of rounds.
I think it should continue to work. That's the big power right now for Celebi. As it wasn't just Rambo, it was also Shady picking up a few kills. Rambo does take some damage. Loving the fact Celebi usually does like to play a little faster than this, but I think they're respecting what PG can do on this map. There can be lots of traps.
Yep.
Lots of grenades, but doesn't kill.
Oh man, Celebi players just dropping like flies right now. A lot of damage being done. Celebi trying to reconvene over here on A short. Rambo and LDX, the last 2 players alive, as Sins, Hydra, and PBZ holding on for PG Esports. 2 of those players on A site. Sins all the way over there on B as the C4 is rotating back through spawn. Celebi 1 minute on the clock.
Let's see if they can actually pull this one off because C4 is being traveled to water. 50 seconds. This map is pretty big. You gotta think at least 15 seconds if you want to move into a site from the central place. And that will be Rambo taking some shots just to pretend like it's going to be an A attack, but there is a member of Patient. Spot LDX in the B story. He's got to go now. The backup will come, but instead he drops that C4.
Yeah, that's...
What can... Rambo literally needs to pull a Rambo right now.
Yeah, he actually does.
He needs the Rambo. Oh, but his aim is shaking.
Only 19 seconds now on the clock right now. He needs a miracle. Got to push through those doors. You got no time,
Hydra's
man.
coming from behind.
Yeah.
Can't do it
I mean, that's an impossible situation right there for Rambo. It would have been
I don't know,
the highlight of his life if he made it
definition
work.
of Rambo just changed for me, man. That is not the Rambo that I grew up with.
Yeah, not living up to his name there, but still 3-3 right now with Celebi and PG Esports. They just keep trading wins, man. It's Ice Cube.
That kill come from? He poked out from the storage.
Yeah.
Along with Sins, they tried that second time. And two out of 2 successful for PG Esports. That's another factor that's really slowing down the attack of Celebi.
Yep, Celebi now rotating all the way through A long, but little did they know 4 players are actually all over on A site now, and Ice Cube there with the AWM. Once he gets wind of this could be trouble for Celebi. They're going to need some nice initiations right now, and LDX does get first blood there. Oh, Ice Cube with a double! LDX and Dola. Hydra comes out, takes down Shady. PG Esports. Oh, man, what a defense there. Ice Cube with a double. Have a day, man. What a fantastic defense as my co-caster just dropped his pen.
Let's have a moment of silence.
Yeah, poor Celebi.
That was a double, single bullet, double headshot sniper shot.
Yeah, Ice Cube right
I don't
there.
think that... Maybe once in years of CFS Esports, that doesn't happen.
That's a rare shot for sure. Ice Cube definitely delivering right there on the defense as everything just fell apart.
And Ice Cube is up
Celebi.
on the storage? A sniper on the spot? come on, you gotta back off. Yes, you can't stay there for a long time as you have no one actually pressuring any long. It was a safe call to go back there. Another kill here. Actually, Lucas on Sniper getting a second kill on his own. Switches back to rifle. Dola, another kill from the B site. And this is actually a quick one. Going to Celebi this time. I thought after that devastating attack A long, the Celebi could have taken this one a little slower, but right after they're going to counter punch. Nicely done, matching the number 4-4 now.
Yeah, and I love that play by Lucas, just going to the sniper and then switching back to the rifle right there. And doing a lot of damage on A side right now. Ice is pushing forward with the pistol. He won't take down Lucas. Rambo does clean him up for the trade right now. And PG Esports, they pushed all the way out A long right now. It's J-Lo trying to find some damage up here in mid. LDX does get Hydra behind all of this. J-Lo not really able to connect with Rambo just yet. Rambo actually does clean him up, so this A long push is thwarted.
Yeah, that double door had to be pushed with PVZ, pushing him from the other angle. I think he wasn't really sure what exactly was happening around him. Since at least he's containing control of B site. PVZ, and again, double door is being held. We knew that this was coming from the beginning round. He was feeling confident.
Yeah, double door, a big action spot right here in this round. As it's a 2v2 right now. Rambo coming on to A site, PVZ.
Just missed.
All the way over on B, Sin's hiding in that room.
It doesn't know that C4 is being traveled from A short. It is in the site, A short plant.
Rotation now coming in for PBZ. Sins does not want to go in 1v2 with such low HP. These guys are just a couple bullets away from disaster right now. Rambo.
Oh, actually, no one's committing to A
what a
passage.
flash. Both PBZ and Sins blinded there, but Rambo not quite able to connect. Yep, Shading actually picks up both of them from the top.
And no reason to wait. He can always just go straight in from the top and rain fire on both of them. That was pretty quick.
Yeah, what a half.
This is sort of what we expected from Compound too, but it wasn't as much. It was actually 6-3 in the first half of Compound, but 5-4. This is pretty much neck and neck. I was actually amazed by PG. They were able to do a lot more on this map.
Yeah, PG Esports really starting to play very well right now. And I mean, we were talking about this a little bit when the round started, or when the map started, excuse me, that them playing on the global risk side kind of plays a little bit more to their strengths because they were so slow on the rotations. They were a little bit timid as the aggressors in the previous map. And I mean, 5-4, that is definitely not an insurmountable lead right now. And now switching over to the offensive side, if they play well on Blacklist, if they carry a little bit more of this confidence, they can come away and force a set 3.
Yes, for sure that it's a possibility, but Black Widow certainly I would say, GR favored map.
Yeah.
And the fact that Celebi already got 5 rounds. Okay, I think we're having a restart very soon. We don't see any movement from Celebi, but since we have more time to talk about Celebi already getting 5 rounds from the Blacklist side, I think that's a huge favor already for them.
Yeah,
going into the second round because PG, I think they were supposed to defend maybe 5-4 for PG Esports instead, or even a 6-3. That could have been much better of a score. 5-4, you started from Blacklist, Celebi. I think you're happy with the score, to be honest.
I gotta agree with you there, but I mean, at least PG Esports showing some life right now, you know? I mean, after that crushing defeat in map number 1, they're giving these guys a run for their money right now, and they want to be the team to represent Vietnam there in the grand finals and go up against all gamers. But yeah, we do have a technical pause.
I thought they were using a tactical pause, but technical pause. Okay, seems like they want to check everything before we go into the second half.
Yeah. Some minor technical issue there for one of the players. You know, esports, this always happens. It doesn't matter what esport you're watching.
Actually, I think the first technical pause of the day, I think.
Yeah, we've
compared
actually
to how many that we had yesterday. This is okay as long as it runs out of time and we go back into the game. Clean. I know you guys want to catch the game immediately, but you just gotta look at us for the next nearly 4 minutes. I know it's very hard, but just stick with us a little bit.
So kind. But yeah, man, what a day of Crossfire Esports we've had so far today. I mean, finishing off the group stages and now coming into this final match for the semifinal. I am really excited to see which one of these Vietnamese teams is going to go up against all gamers here in the finals. And you got to know that the hometown crowd, of course, The Summer Championship is being hosted live in Hanoi with all the teams present there and with a live audience. They got to be loving this.
Yeah, I think they're very excited to see at least one team guaranteed in the grand finals. I really want to hear from the crowd also.
Yeah,
maybe just cheer. If you want Celebi to win, scream out right now. Like, whoa!
I think they want everybody to win,
I
man.
really want to be the host on the actual stage. Maybe if we get a chance later on in the future, we can actually join them as the English desk. But not this time. Maybe later on in the future. Maybe in Vietnam. Maybe somewhere else in the world. I think it can totally happen. For now, Celebi, of course, going back into the game. Celebi 5-4, but I think it's actually a huge lead. If you take into account, it's almost like a 6-3 to me.
That's how it feels, just because of how GR favored the Black Widow is to you.
It is not by a big margin, but there's certainly a margin of favor for GR on this map.
Yeah, adding on to that, I mean, even with a little bit of an inherent advantage there for the defenders, for Global Risk on Black Widow, you also have to consider that PG Esports, they haven't really been the best on the aggressing side so far in this series. They've been maybe just a little bit too timid, lacking a little bit of confidence in the rotations and the pushes, and a lot of that goes back to Lucas there on Compound with a lot of really clutch defensive plays. I mean, he picked up a 3K and a 4K on 2 different rounds, and we'll see exactly how they're going to try and play it. I mean, you know, they're going to try and change something tactically coming into this if they're going to make it to the grand finals.
I think that's what they need. PG Esports, there's always a chance where they can actually sweep through, but for now, they need to stop a lot of the sniper action coming out from Celebi because there were multiple snipers this time, and sometimes that was not enough. But good to see at least Ice Cube really doing his job in terms of defense. This is certainly a map where Sniper can bring a lot of movement and hype for the team. Yeah, getting those important picks, I think that really brings up PG Esports. They do like to have Ice Cube just move around the map, get one, and then start with 4v5. That has been the main key for this entire team. Let's see how Celebi want to approach this, because understanding if there's a team on opponent team, especially from the blacklist side, if that team relies heavily on the sniper opening, then you can just sit behind the box and wait for the sniper to actually come right in front of your face. That can always be done. That's always a little too passive. I don't think Celebi is really going to be that passive, but that actually works out really well, because when the sniper is trying to go for that opening, then you can't really find your target A side, B side. You end up using half of the round time already. So that can be a strategy in certain rounds if Celebi wants to go for that, knowing that PG Esports, they do love to go for that Ice Cube opener.
Gotcha. So if you're, gotta ask you, if you're PG Esports right now, this is the GR favorite side. You're playing on Blacklist.
Okay, this is
you
a big
need to win. You need to win 6 rounds to force a map number 3. How are you going to be approaching this side?
I think go for the unexpected double door push with A short. I think that is one of the strongest right now against
double door and A short through A.
Yeah, 2 double doors, 3 A short. I think with a start of A long control. If you don't have A long control, maybe not. At least have somewhat of control towards A long, have some type of pressure early on, and then go for that push later on. Just make sure you don't have your opponent fully controlling A long. I think that's the key. And then grab that first, and then once you have that sort of controlled, then go for that double door along with A short push. I think that's one of the strongest against Celebi right now. And I think we're going back into the game soon enough. We did get a word that it was a headset issue from Celebi, and it has to be resolved. So let's go back into our second half of Black Widow. Now PG Esports on Blacklist side, and Celebi Global Risk.
Can't wait to see how PG Esports adjusts coming from the Compound side, not really succeeding on Blacklist. Now over here on Black Widow, how are they going to attack? Right now, posturing outside of B site, and ooh, Rambo with a really nice shot there on Rins.
He was zoomed up, ready for any pixels to move.
Yeah.
And not backing off. This guy is scary. Finds the second Ice Cube, does go down. Does not know that Halo was down the water.
Right, he will eventually get traded out there, but man, Ice Cube going down for BG Esports really hurts, because this guy, as you said earlier, it's so true. He is such a critical part of this team's success. When Ice Cube is landing his shots on the AWM, PG Esports, they're playing with more confidence. They're taking more rounds. But for him to go down as well as his teammate Sins there to Rambo, it's going to be difficult for these three-men squad to try and push any site.
Yeah, to add to that, usually a sniper-focused team, when they lose the sniper and start from the blacklist, the other four, they don't move.
Yeah.
For a couple of seconds, they don't know where to go, what to do, because their plan A has been destroyed first. And that's exactly what we see from PG. Those three didn't move much for the last 20 seconds.
Right.
And that might actually be the biggest problem. They might just give this round up and just check for some A-long positioning or pressure because they haven't really poked in.
Yeah, it looks like it will be A-long as C4 is beginning to move that way as 49 seconds are on the clock. And remember, over on Compound, PG Esports just a little bit considered, let time play against them. And this time, not trying to make that be a detrimental factor too much as they are beginning to push on A-long. But again, only 33 seconds on the clock. If they are going to make this push happen, I feel like it has to happen now.
A little too late, but it is the first round of the second half, but still there are already round counted for both sides in the first half.
Yeah.
Hydra PVG actually staying alive for quite a while, but there's Shady covering him on the back. That is 3 kills, a total wipe. The time was ticking down a little too hard. Sniper-focused team, when they lose a sniper, this is usually how it goes.
I feel like PG Esports has to be a little bit better about controlling that clock, man. Sometimes it feels like that is their biggest enemy. They're letting it countdown too low, and actually Hydra getting taken out there by Shady. Shady gets an excellent
2-for-2 again.
Yeah.
That's a big shutdown.
Excellent shot right there for him. But I mean, PG Esports, time and time again, when they're playing on the blacklist side, they're just letting that clock get dangerously close to 0, and it's forcing them to get themselves in really dangerous situations because Celebi, they know that they can just play time.
Hey, what's even worse is that if you lose water, if you lose your teammate towards that one side, then you at least get control of a long. But they lose both at the same time. So PG, they're losing a lot more position to begin with. They have to at least challenge, pressure one side. So they have some solutions to work out with every single round. But because of the pressure of Celebi, it's been not working so far. The second round, but losing 3v5. Oh, make that 2v5. Now Rambo getting a third.
Yeah, the AWM, man. I mean, it's not even about them losing positioning. They're also just slowly bleeding manpower as you just see the AWM shots continue to rain down.
The 2 snipers are never really going down. The B site, 2 snipers, not really doesn't really happen too often.
No, but they're making it work right now. I mean, Rambo is maybe to start things out with 7 kills. Sin's right there with a really nice spray down. We'll get Lucas, but I mean, 1v4 now. He's got his work cut out for him, even with the C4. He's kind of hopping up on these boxes near mid. And
total control. Dola is cutting off that angle off to the right of the screen right now. Sin's got to check a lot of angles when he walks out just another step. And that's the collection.
Out. But man, as I was saying for PG Esports right now, they're not really pushing any of these sites or taking control too quickly, and what's happening is this double AWM play coming out from Celebi is just leaving them dry. I mean, Rambo keeps getting the picks, and Shady keeps getting the picks, and now I mean, Rambo, this is what they need. This is what they need. They need Ice Cube to start winning those sniper fights, get them some momentum.
Shady goes, that's exactly what they needed. They let that A-long pressure go, and that is the timing you go for this attack. When you have a member down, Rambo, Shady, both snipers down on time. Okay, not really to let that go. The C4 just being planted. LDX, that was quite dangerous, but at least 1-1 traded.
1-1 trader right now. Lucas going to try and find some angle to come in through here on the flank, but I believe he did get spotted right there.
Oh, Dola.
Dola, in the meantime, just hanging outside the doors, outside
Another
of sight. Yeah, but Lucas, they already spotted him. Ice Cube cleans him up easy right there, and that's going to be a round going to PG. First one here on the blacklist side, and I mean, that's exactly what they need to happen. Ice Cube, he needs to pop off. They need to be able to win that sniper fight. They can't be so timid. I mean, that time, they played with confidence. Ice Cube got his shot. They pushed on a B, and it was perfect.
Yep, B opened up, and then now a long push. Here comes, okay, through the smoke. LDS has no idea. PVC. And Lucas still getting the headshot through, though.
Oh, Lucas.
Through somewhat of smoke.
PVC fighting back though with 2 kills of his own as Ice Cube also caught him.
What is
right now with
happening
a
here?
pistol. Yeah, I don't know exactly what's going on right there.
They're running out of bullets.
Yeah. 2v2 now with Shady and Rambo, the last standing players here for
Why is
Celebi.
Rambo here? Did he spawn from Blacklist all of a sudden?
I'm not
He rotated
sure.
around the map this entire time where there was skirmish. Okay, C4 right next to him. He doesn't really know. I think that is Sins right next to him. There we go.
And since the way he's moving, he definitely does not know that Rambo's sitting here on this box. He might suspect that someone comes around this corner, but Rambo already being positioned in that box might be a little bit unaware. Rambo does take a Sins really fast on the reaction there as Rambo misses a shot and Sins takes him out.
Okay, Shady might as well just chase down the two targets. I think that is the right rotation.
Yeah.
You don't have to go directly to the B side. I think chasing down your opponent could actually be the better play. Okay, he's making that work. As long as it's fast. Okay, PG, they're actually making a faster rotation this time. I like this so much more. This is what they needed in compound.
Yeah, this round and last round, man, they're playing a lot better. They're playing with a lot more speed, a lot more confidence, and it's translating into really good positions for them. A win last round and now a 2v1 here in round number 13. Shady now coming in. He's going to be pushing through B.
Shady already took a lot of damage, and that will be it from PG. They have picked up the speed. I think the skirmish through the smoke at A long. That was quite a scene that we have seen. A lot of players running out of bullets, just trying to shoot whatever they can through the smoke. It was a big deal. Again, a contest from Celebi. Okay, PG, they're willing to use some resources, but actually does not commit. Oh, never mind. They didn't use any resource.
Yeah, Rambo trying to take a shot right there, not quite able to connect. He's going to retreat back on A short to A site. This is a 1-1-3 split, excuse me, for Celebi right now, and PG Esports is gathering a little bit of intel. Hanging out by spawn. No push yet coming up for Celebi, though. Just kind of happy to hold two players on A long.
Yep, PG, they have a lot of time. They can just have an B storage overnade and check for any snipers like Rambo or Shady and slowly go back to the B storage push. I think what worked before can actually be working again. Or is it time to switch a little bit? But I told you again, without the A long control, a short push can actually be very dangerous for PG.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be A for PG. I think they're going to be gearing up towards B as we see three players kind of slowly working their way through B long. PG Esports, actually, are they going to move towards...
PG, they don't want to reveal themselves that they're gathering towards B side. Of course, a lot more information available throughout the map for Celebi, but they didn't want to use the flash at all. PG, they really want to buy time. There's that smoke setting up for the B entrance.
Yep, Shady is the defender for Celebi on B site.
And then a two-man door attack. Oh, Hydra sinks. The duo killing so many. All the angle from A side has been blocked. What a smoke!
Fantastic engagement there from PG Esports as they kind of break things open right now and take B site. They do lose some men in the process, but they are going to be able to plant the C4. 40 seconds now on the clock, and yeah, Lucas goes down. Ice Cube with a really good AWM shot, and now it's all up to Dola here with the AK to try and make something happen. 30 seconds, clock ticking down, moving in through the smoke. Barely sees Ice Cube there through that window, and actually sprayed down on Hydra. Really well done. Now trying to pre-fire these windows on Ice Cube to get him, but Dola low HP.
But does have to go through the 360. One still near the plan. That's Halo. He's just going to be buying time. Ice Cube all the way in the water. This cannot be done. That is a kill. This attack from PG, it was slow, but well cooked. You don't want to go for McDonald's all the time. Fast food isn't good for your body.
Yeah, man. I love what we're seeing out of PG in these last couple of rounds. It feels like they're really getting this together after that technical pause. I love the movement they're pushing in with now. You see four men already out in A long, and they're playing more decisively. It feels like they're getting more confidence.
A long push. They got it control. And the full 5-man push when Celebi had no idea. There's Rambo. Actually missed his second target. Getting Hydra in. That's important at least to stop the entire push. But Celebi, they had a lot of members for A short. So they will have a hard time breaking through. There's J-Lo. If he stays alive there, that's a good news. Okay, does go down from LDX, but the rest of the members still A long control. So the rotation has to come through now.
Yeah, tough position now for PG Esports in a 2v3 as the forces for Celebi kind of controlling A site right now and now beginning to spread a little bit and cover more area as they try to find out where these PG Esports gamers are going to go. Ice Cube content to try and take this A-long angle right now, hoping that somebody will peek over there on A site so that he can provide his team with a little bit more breathing room right now. But PG Esports, they really don't have a lot of good options.
Yep, waiting here for the last 15 seconds plus, and Dola will be the sole defender on A site. Ice Cube doesn't really find him so far because he's in the passage. The moment he jumps through, that will be the cue. And when they go for that C4, Dola might just jump on top immediately and go for the kill.
I think he will, yeah. We'll have to wait and see. Sin's now dropping down.
Just double checking all that information given.
Okay, IceCube does take down Lucas there. There is one more player on B, though. He might not expect this.
That's why he's having a pistol instead. Oh, that does not get to win against LDS. Even after he got the kill, there was Dola right in front of him. So let's see. I think that is going to be a tactical pause.
Yeah, a lot on the line right now as we get really deep into set number 2. Of course, if Celebi is able to win this one out, they will be going to the grand finals. There is so much at stake for both of these teams.
Okay, score now is 8-7. It has to be PG calling for that tactical pause.
Yeah, it is PG.
Yeah, before they get into that magic number 9, you do call for that. And PG, because we've seen some success, actually 3 in a row when they went to the blacklist. We were sort of worried that they might be in trouble when we talk about the tempo. They certainly picked up compared to Compound. It was slowly being worked on. Even the smokes with the covering angle, it wasn't all at once. It was throw one, okay, the next person, and then next person. Oh, you don't really have to take turns throwing smokes in this game, but PG Esports, they do for some reason, okay?
Yeah, sometimes.
and then they waited too long, and so for the opponent to think, okay, this smoke, it should be a B attack, right? But why are they not coming for the next 6 seconds? Okay, and then you let your guard down. Okay, maybe this is a fake, and then they come in later. So Celebi, they're quite off guard actually on that. And PG, as long as they're detailed in their push and make the strategy with their perfect smoke, I think that was a really good push. The 2 double door push going in first, and then B Stories 3 man. That was insanely done. And since PBZ, this duo, I think they need to put them in the front so they can actually break through. The 2 riflers doing the best for the team.
Yep, all right, 2 more rounds to go for Celebi, and they will have a ticket to the grand finals right now. PG Esports trying to prevent that from happening right now, and here we go. Big A long push. Every gun out for PG here in A long as they are getting ready to make the big push happen. And actually, wait.
Don't think this. I think this was just for the contest. They thought that Celebi will push into A long, just like the beginning couple of rounds in the second half. But I think the that pressure is actually gone because never mind. Celebi, their members were actually not moving as much. Maybe they had some trouble moving in and
possibly
out.
Another headset issue. I'm not sure. Yeah. Yeah, might be some other technical problem. Of course, it's generally the last match of the day where this tends to happen here at the Summer Championship.
Yeah,
but hopefully we will get that sorted very soon because, man, I cannot wait to see these last couple of rounds. And I like that move we were seeing out of PG Esports. So I wonder, though, because there was that technical pause, I wonder if their plan was just to really push out A long or if they were just going for the contestant and then the technical pause came in, so they stopped. And
I don't think they stopped because of that. I think that was just to relieve the A long pressure because they never went into the A short because they always lost control of A long.
Gotcha.
You have to get that A long control first, and then I think this was a round where PG really thought, okay, I think it's time for A short. Because we had the 5-man push, A long didn't work. Of course, I think we really had to split few members. So let's go back and recollect, okay?
Yeah.
Grabbing A long, keeping a sniper there, and then let's have a 4-man push. I think that was, if I'm the coach of PG Esports, I think that was the drill that they had to go through.
Yeah. So the question that I have now is, I mean, once we resume, are they going to go for the exact same player? Are they going to try and clear A long again? Or are they going to mix it up? Because if Celebi has that idea since there is a technical pause and that round did start and play for a couple of seconds, I mean, it might change their game plan just a little bit. So I'm curious what we're going to see out of PG Esports.
Yeah, we will see because they can always change, but that A push was never done. I'm pretty confident they might actually stick to a similar plan of pushing into A short. Unless there's another surprise attack from B Storage from the GR side. That can always be done from Celebi. And of course, there was a very cool stage for Vietnamese casters. They get to enjoy the environment, but we get to be in space. We get to see the lasers flying around our back all the time. See, there's one. We're actually in space, guys, broadcasting with the satellite.
Virtual studios, man, it's incredible. Technology has come so far.
We might be virtually programmed later on, and then we just have our microphone. No makeup later.
They won't be us, man. They will
so they don't
better.
have to put makeup on our faces anymore.
No, I was going to say, man, it won't be us. They will program better casters.
It will be just us still with moving mouse and maybe moving hands a little bit. It's coming very soon. I know there are a lot of recording studios that actually does that.
The future is upon us. Yeah, but I cannot wait to get into these final 2 rounds, man. I want to see which Vietnamese team is going to represent Vietnam in Hanoi in the grand finals, go up against All Gamers, because that is going to be yet another David versus Goliath story, and we've seen that happen once already with Celavi beating All Gamers earlier in the group stage. So,
but I think, to be honest, All Gamers, they had a lot of technical issues yesterday. I think that really affected them because it wasn't just one; it was like 3 almost in a row. Throughout the map, that really killed them their momentum in set 2, and which led them into another loss in set 3 against Celavi. So All Gamers, I don't think it was their full form again. If you have a rematch, we can say that okay, it's going to be a fair fight in a best of 5. So even more fair of a fight with all 5 maps being played. In which order, I don't know. Depending on the order, it might actually favor one side compared to another. But Celavi, they do have to win this match first if they want to go to that grand final.
Yeah, just a couple of rounds away. Really close to that magic number 9 right now is Celavi. But, I mean, PG Esports on Blacklist kind of surprising everybody on a map that's favored a little bit more for the defenders, and PG Esports struggling a little bit on the Blacklist side. It is nice to see them kind of gaining some confidence here in the later stages of this round.
And PG Esports, I think they should be using this time to actually think about not just the next round, how they actually want to finish the map in their favor. They can just sweep through 3 in a row and finish it with that Big 10. But they need to do it with a couple more plans. First, B storage, that's been open a couple of times. But even if PD Esports gets some control over A Long, Celavi doesn't really want to contest. After that big skirmish with A Long through the smoke where people were running out of bullets, we didn't really see that come out too many times. Which, in comparison, if you talk about CFS EU MENA or CFS America, especially on Black Widow, we do see that 2v2, 3v3 A Long contest all the time, because once you get that controlled, it's very easy to read, and less likely you're going to have an attack through A short. It's going to be mostly through the water into that double door. So that's like the basics of going into this map. That's the reason why you see both sides just running into A Long. It seems like it's not really needed by that side, because it's just solely, if you take that part away from the map, it's like a different bunker on the map.
Yeah.
You need to get that sorted out first, so you have a big advantage going into that round.
Yeah, and I mean, controlling A Long just makes A site so much easier to penetrate, and I think believe we're actually going back into the game right now as the action continues. And yeah, you're absolutely right. PG Esports continuing with that game plan right now. They're going to be clearing out A Long. Let's see if this is just to contest this location or if they will actually go for a full push as PVZ and Hydra, all the guns actually peeking out. And yeah, they're actually going to go for the full push this time. So a little bit of change from before the technical pause.
Lucas dropped down with the smoke. Nice.
Wow, Lucas taking so many kills. LDX gets a shot down as well as PG Esports. This push did not work at all. Only Shady going down for CLB.
And double kill.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, that push did not work to their expectations right there for PG Esports, and that puts Celavi on match point right now. One more win will be a 2-0 set win and catapult this team into the grand finals to fight
we could see
the
PG
Chinese
Esports,
super team.
How desperate they were to make that A Long push. They were rushing a little too fast. They had to wait for the smoke to actually spread out a little bit so it kills the angle of A under, but it was a little too fast where Lucas got so many kills, and also with the help of some damage from A under. If they waited like a couple more seconds like they always did for the entire tournament, that could have been somewhat of a better attack. But they lost miserably. Okay, here comes the push from Dola and Lucas.
Dola and Lucas making massive work happen here in middle. Ice Cube will get Lucas though. That brings it to a 2v3, and suddenly
Rambo
Esports,
off
they
to the
have
side.
a chance.
Rambo kill. Just Ice Cube on the tournament life on the line for PG. And that should be it. Rambo picking up the last kill. And that is a big, big match win. We have our second finalist of the Summer Championship 2022. It is Celavi taking map number 2.
Yeah, Celavi with a quick 2-0 finish. I mean, PG Esports, they came to life a little bit too little, too late in that final map. And now we're going to have a rematch here in the finals of the biggest upset here in the group. And I think we're going to be hearing from our players very soon, man. I'm excited. They got to be so excited.
I wonder who we are going to having the interview from. I want to hear from Rambo this time. I think we didn't get to hear from Rambo much. It has been most of Shady, I believe.
And Rambo's AWM play has been pretty good here in this set, in this best of three. So it's been a critical part of the success. But, man, I am excited for this grand finals we're going to have tomorrow. Vietnam coming up against China, and a rematch of the biggest group stage upset we had all tournament here in the Summer Championship.
Yeah, it might not be the same story again, though. Celebi looks to be the better out of the two Vietnamese teams, but against China, they got that one win, but it was only the group stage, and I don't think all gamers, they played their best. I mean, they played their best, but they actually were not feeling the best. But
được chúc
let's
mừng
go back
Celebi
to
cũng như PG Esports đã hoàn thành trận đấu phải nói là nghẹt thở của mình.
Welcome back to the stage, and you've just witnessed a very exciting battle between Celebi and PG Esports, and now it's time to welcome them to the stage.
Vâng, và xin mời đại diện của đội thắng Celebi sẽ ở lại sân khấu cùng Khánh Linh và Duy Dương. Chúng ta sẽ trò chuyện một chút sau trận đấu vừa rồi.
And we would like to invite one member of Celebi will stay on the stage to have the post-match interview.
Các bạn PG Esports, các bạn đã rất xuất sắc và cũng xin một lần nữa được chúc mừng Celebi.
Congratulations, Celebi.
Vâng, như vậy là sau trận bán kết 1 thì chúng ta đã tìm ra được chủ nhân của tấm vé đầu tiên bước vào trận chung kết tổng, đó chính là nước Trung Quốc. Và bây giờ đội Celebi của Việt Nam chúng ta là chủ nhân của tấm vé thứ 2. Vậy thì bây giờ đại diện của Celebi, bạn đang có cảm giác như thế nào trước trận chung kết tổng vào ngày mai của mùa giải năm nay khi mà gặp một đối thủ rất mạnh, đó chính là Trung Quốc?
So how do you feel right now when your team is the second team enter the finals tomorrow with their own gamers from China?
Thật ra thì hôm qua bọn em chiến thắng một phần cũng là do may mắn nữa. Mai bọn em sẽ cố gắng hết sức. Em mong là mai may mắn vẫn sẽ ủng hộ Celebi.
So yesterday we are lucky to have a winning match against team own gamers, and tomorrow we'll do our best.
Tôi nghĩ bạn nói là may mắn có vẻ là bạn hơi khiêm tốn, bởi vì tôi đã theo dõi tất cả các trận của Celebi và tôi thấy là tất cả các bạn, không phải vì tôi là một MC người Việt Nam mà tôi khen đâu, mà tôi thấy là thực sự các bạn lúc nào cũng rất là bình tĩnh và thực sự rất là xuất sắc. Và ngày hôm nay bạn có cảm xúc như thế nào khi mà trong trận bán kết 2 của chúng ta gặp một đội tuyển cùng nước của chúng ta, đó là đội tuyển PG Esports?
So I'm really impressed when I stand with you guys, and you always look so humble and still very confident. And how do you feel when you know that you will meet PG Esports, your brother from Vietnam, in the second match of the semi-finals?
Nói chung thì hôm qua thắng được AG thì một phần là may mắn cũng là bản lĩnh nữa. Thì còn hôm nay bắn với PG thì toàn anh em với nhau Việt Nam thì em nghĩ là cũng vui vui, cũng bình thường ạ.
Toàn anh em với nhau, thế bắn với nhau có nhường không?
Dạ không ạ.
Anh em mà không nhường nhau một tí nào?
Anh em thì anh em, nhưng mà riêng trên sân đấu là phải bắn hết sức ạ.
Cái nào đi cái đấy đúng không ạ?
So yesterday is not just our lucky, but we have a very strong team, and everyone united together to have the winning match with all gamers. And today, when we step into the match with PG Esports, we also do our best.
Vâng, và ngày mai thì Celebi sẽ đối mặt với All Gamers, là một đội tuyển rất mạnh và họ đã từng vô địch thế giới của bộ môn Crossfire rồi. Vậy thì ngay bây giờ bạn có lời nào muốn gửi đến quý vị khán giả, cũng như là bạn mong muốn nhận được sự ủng hộ như thế nào từ quý vị khán giả không ạ?
So before stepping in to the finals tomorrow with all gamers, They are the world champion already. And do you have anything to say to the audience, especially your fans are watching live?
Mình cũng như cả team chỉ mong là dù bọn mình có thắng hay thua thì bọn mình đã cố gắng hết sức rồi, và mong mọi người ở trên livestream hay là ở đâu đó thì cũng đừng nặng lời với bọn mình cũng mệt và tủi thân lắm.
Các bạn ấy đã rất là cố gắng trong những ngày thi đấu vừa qua và Khánh Linh tin chắc rằng dù cho kết quả có như thế nào thì các bạn vẫn luôn luôn là những nhà vô địch trong lòng Khánh Linh, trong lòng Duy Dương và trong lòng tất cả quý vị khán giả đấy.
So we want to say that even tomorrow, what will come, win or lose, we have tried our best. So we hope our fans will understand for us and send us your love and your support. Thank you.
Vâng, và bây giờ xin một lần nữa được chúc mừng Celebi đã giành tấm vé vào vòng chung kết tổng của mùa giải ngày mai, và chúc các bạn đêm nay sẽ có một đêm thật ngon giấc. Chúng ta sẽ có một sức khỏe tốt để ngày mai bước vào trận chung kết của mùa giải. Xin cảm ơn bạn.
Thank you so much for just sharing.
Vâng, và vừa rồi là những chia sẻ đến từ Celebi, và ngay sau đây sẽ là phần thể hiện của hai caster của chúng ta.
And now let's continue with our casters.
Now we got to hear from Rambo. What a beast he went through. Now the entire team Celebi is going up against Vietnam versus China. That will be the grand finals. Of course, not to forget, the third placement match will be happening first, the best of 5. That's another big game.
Yeah.
Imperial, I'm pretty sure they're disappointed they're not in the grand final, but still, that third place versus PG Esports. That should be another great match to watch before we actually head into the grand finals.
It absolutely should be, man. Tomorrow at the finals, it's really going to be Vietnam versus the world.
That
in
is.
The third place match, fighting against the Brazilian super team, and then in the grand finals, fighting against All Gamers, the reigning world champions. I cannot wait. It's going to be a thrilling day of crossfire action.
Yes, there was a chance that one of the Vietnam teams actually going into the grand finals, but I did not know it was actually going to happen. At least Vietnam will be finishing in top 2 in a global international tournament.
Yeah.
I don't think we've ever seen that. In
No.
a very, very long time at least. So that's already an achievement, but if they can actually take the trophy, because for the last couple of years at least, no other team, no other country was able to take the trophy away from a Chinese team.
Yeah.
Will this be the time? Will this be Vietnam? That will be an insane of a story, a big tide of turn if that happens.
It would truly be a Cinderella story, and Lucas, critical part of his team's success. I mean, this guy had halves where he was getting 16 plus kills.
I don't know what he ate today, but certainly worked so well. Maybe the food from his house, though.
Yeah,
house
it's
meal,
possible, man.
Mom's favorite meal. I think that's exactly what he had.
Yeah, of course, this tournament live in Hanoi. Our Vietnamese fans, our live audience must be so happy to see their teams represented coming into the grand finals and into the third place match. And Lucas, man, imagine having such a great performance on the biggest stage in front of your hometown fans. It's got to feel so good for him. And there you go. The final score is 10-5 set number 1, 10-7 set number 2. Celebi with a 2-0 victory over PG Esports. PG Esports with honestly a very good showing.
Yes,
very
they did.
impressive, especially on the blacklist side there in set 2. They really gave Celebi a run for their money, and they've got a lot of talent. This is a team that's continuing to get better and better and better. Up and coming team out of the Vietnamese region, and Vietnam slowly becoming a powerhouse here in Crossfire Esports.
Yes, that's what they need still. If they pick up the pace a little faster, I think there were a lot more chances for them to actually challenge them into set number 3. But because of that result, now we have the third placement match happening first best of 5. Imperial versus PG Esports. That will be the first match tomorrow. And then we go into the finals on the right. All Gamers, China versus Celebi Last Legends, Vietnam. Ready for this. We are finally going to that grand finals. It's been a pretty wild ride, day 1 and 2 here with me, with you, State. I mean, we are finally getting there.
It's my first time casting Crossfire, and it's been a blast.
Yeah, it's been
Such
3.5 years for me, and
action.
it is still such a blast and so much fun every single time. I lose my voice almost every single tournament, but it is always a blasting experience.
Yeah, it's really fantastic. And I mean, again, the story of these hometown Vietnamese teams showing up on the biggest stage for their fans is just heartwarming. This is what esports is all about. I cannot wait to see those finals. And Celebi, man, I feel like they might have a chance against All Gamers. I
Yeah.
mean, Dola and Lucas in particular were just on fire these last couple of days. Shady with the shot calling, fantastic. Rambo, of course, LDX, can't forget about them. This is a top to bottom team with so much talent, showing that they can hang with the best of them, that Vietnam is on the map in Crossfire. This is a region that you got to look out for in these coming years.
Hey, will it be possible? We're building this up because there's a chance that this might actually happen. I think, to be honest though, I think it's like 4-6, slightly in favor of All Gamers, even though they defeated one best of 3 in the group stage. I think still in favor of All Gamers because what we have seen against Imperial today was very impressive in their full form. 2-0 set score. Today, the semifinals, I thought at least one or both. I thought we were going to set number 3. I thought I was expecting a very long until like 1 a.m. broadcast today, but it did not come true. We actually had two, not super quick, but a clean 2-0 for both matches.
Although there were 2-0s, I mean, every team pretty much gave it their best shot, and it was a close match. Anyway, fantastic games today.
I think that is about it for us. Thank you for watching day number 2, and make sure to come back tomorrow for day number 3 because we have the grand finals. And thank you so much for watching Summer Championship 2022 for more Crossfire Esports.